Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Chatter After Daily, the show where we chat, argue, and wax poetic about the movies that we love, hate, or that are simply worth talking about. There's no real news because, frankly, Hollywood's on strike, so we're going to be in a drought for a long time. But I am joined by this wonderful panel.
I like how you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. I've been doing this for a couple weeks now, and we're getting the hang of things. But, Didge, how you been, man? It's been a few days since you've been on the show.
Oh, I've been pretty good. It's a sad time that Hollywood is on strike. I fear for the repercussions for this fall and beyond. But like you said, they need to get paid. Well, I don't think you said it, but we talk about it all the time. They need to get paid, and these studios need to stop being so cheap.
They're so cheap. Seeing the tweets of how much the executives are making, the millions and millions of dollars.
It's crazy.
It is.
I think Bob Iger's salary, he loses like 10%, and it meets the writers' demands already. That's it.
It doesn't help they've all gone to a billionaires club to probably talk about this too.
Right?
Very true.
Brutal. Jamie, how you been?
I've been doing pretty good. I feel like, the summer is just like a crazy time, or at least usually it is with a lot of content and stuff. At least on the anime side. Listen, y'all start watching anime because anime is pretty good this season.
Go to the Amateur Otaku. They got great recommendations over there.
Absolutely. There's a really pretty girl on there. I don't know who she is, but y'all check her out.
Links already in the description, everybody. I actually started Oshinoko because you, Brandon, Isaac recommended it. That first episode, wild.
Yes.
That was a roller coaster.
That's next on my list.
It was crazy.
I have to start that next. I've been watching Eminence and Shadow, and it's great. You guys should watch it.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that one actually. I have to check it out.
It's on High Dive. That's where I checked it out at.
High Dive. I only got it because of Oshinoko. I guess I'll have to start watching some other things.
That's same.
Yeah.
I got it for a different anime. I was like, well, let me check out some of the other stuff that's on here.
Fair.
All right.
Joel, I know you've got anime in the backlog.
I do.
You might need to start tackling that now because of what's going on. But how you been, man?
Good. Everything's good. Excited to talk about whatever we're talking about today, considering everything's else strike, so
yeah,
nothing new. But yeah, anime wise, I'll catch up eventually.
There you go.
There's always One Piece. If you guys feel bored, there's always One Piece.
And fun fact, Netflix, they updated their catalog, so they got like 15 seasons of One Piece now. And honestly, that was one of my biggest hurdles. So I'm getting back on One Piece now.
Have fun.
Hey.
That's a lot. Have fun.
We will.
The straw hats are coming for you, Didge. You better watch your step.
Not too much, Didge. You better chill.
Chill out. Trayvon, how you been? What's up? You're muted.
I'm doing good. I'm just listening to you guys talk about One Piece. She said 15 seasons. She didn't say all the seasons, so that sounds very dangerous. That sounds
over
1,100 episodes.
Yeah,
that's just what Netflix has.
Right.
Yeah. No.
We've summoned the Mad Doc with One Piece. Welcome, Isaac.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm good. I'm happy to talk about this. Don't really have any picks. I'll just be judging you guys very hard. Or whatever your pick is.
Very hard. Whoa.
Very hard.
Why can't just get a regular judge?
Because it depends on how you justify the person. We'll see.
All right, I get it.
Guys, if you didn't see the title of the video, we're doing what DC won't. Comic-Cons this week, they didn't show up, but you know what? James Gunn, we're doing the job for you. We are casting the DC universe.
I'll send you major
players. Right? We need those residuals. Seriously. For all these picks.
I ain't talking no 50 cents either.
No.
I'm about to say what residuals you're getting. That's the problem now.
Exactly. But yeah, we're doing everything that James Gunn won't. We are giving you the casting of the major players in the DC universe. Not all of them. We got to save some, right? We probably have to do this in like 3 weeks if there's still nothing to talk about. So we'll come back
A lot of characters get through anyway.
Characters, but we got the major ones, and
right.
No character bigger than that. So I guess we're going to start off with the Dark Knight himself. Who's going to be Batman in The Brave and the Bold? This is a very different, at least that's what we think. We don't know much about the movie. We know this is a different take of Batman than what we've had. Since 1997, he has a Robin for the first time in 26 years. Not just the Robin, the entire Bat family. So very different from the Dark Knight, from the Batman. So this is an interesting pick. I want to start with you, Joel. Who's your choice to play Batman and why?
I chose someone I actually wanted for a long time. Ever since Ben decided to step down as Batman, I thought he would be a great choice. I think he fits the criteria, and he still fits the criteria considering I feel like this Batman will be slightly older than some of the rest of the characters. Not super old, but still older than maybe like Superman. And I mean, like in terms of like how long they've been on Earth.
Right.
My choice was Jake Gyllenhaal. Was my choice for Batman. I think he fits, especially perfectly now at his age. I think he fits perfectly with the dynamic of the rest of the league. He's old enough, but not super old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And his name is always attached to that character somehow, some way. So I'm like, it's time.
Are you literally writing notes, Trayvon? I see you like look down. Oh, he's really studying. All right.
I'm just
listening. We're gonna make this fun. For those who's watching the playback, we're fantasting all of these in one shot. Right. You might be watching a Batman specific video. We're gonna make this fun. Trayvon and Jamie don't have fan casts, but what if you guys figure it out? You talk amongst yourselves, and you pick which one's the best pick, and those are who we're gonna go with that represent the show at the end of all of this.
Okay. That works.
Make it fun. Small competition. You guys are judging for a reason now. There's stakes involved.
I didn't know that.
We had to sweeten the deal a little bit. But Jake Gyllenhaal, I think, is a fantastic choice. You're right. He has been attached to this character in a lot of fan casts for like 10 years now, it feels like. Even before Ben Affleck was cast. Like, people wanted him to be in Batman versus Superman. He's got that charm. He's got the face. I think he can play, like, seeing a lot of his movies, he can play both the playboy billionaire aspect, but can also go into that really dark and menacing place. But also his time and like his chemistry with Tom Holland in Far From Home, right? He also has that ability to play a little lighter, to have chemistry with a younger cast, which I think for this interpretation of Batman would work really well because he's got to play with a 10-year-old and he's got to deal with the rest of the Bat family, which are probably in their late teens, early 20s. So I think that alone also kind of helps his case here.
Right. That's why I thought about it that way. That's why I went with that character. Specifically with Jake Gyllenhaal, I felt like he fit the timeline of where we already have an idea of what Batman we're getting. And I wanted it to be somewhat different than what we already got with Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Yeah.
And I feel like he will be slightly older than the rest of the cast and the current Batman.
For sure. Didge, any thoughts on Gyllenhaal?
It's a really good pick. I do think Joel's onto something with the age, which certain actors you can throw a beard or a mustache on them and they look older anyway. So no foreshadowing there or anything, but
Tom Holland, Batman.
But no, I think that's a phenomenal pick. I do think that he could for sure play Bruce or Batman.
Both.
Jamie, what about you?
I'm not big in the fan casting sphere, so to hear that like people are looking at Jake Gyllenhaal as a potential Batman candidate, I'm like, this is interesting because I think I've seen him in other projects, but the one that really sticks out in my mind is Far From Home. So I'm like, that does not give me Batman vibes, but it is so like eccentric, and he definitely is like two-faced in that project. I can see how it can apply to having, instead of two faces, like two lives, or one is like Bruce Wayne, the other is Batman. So I'm intrigued.
Sounds like you want him to play Harvey Dent though.
It did.
That could be.
That would fit
I didn't intentionally do that.
Take that as a against them. Now I got to play to win.
Take it as you will.
Digi's competitive side is coming through, and it is scary. Trayvon, you were taking notes. You were analyzing the situation. How you feeling about Gyllenhaal?
Broke my mouth.
I see what you did there. Okay. All right. I mean, that'd be interesting. But yeah, I wrote it down. I said, okay, Joel's Batman is Mysterio. So that's how I write stuff down. It'd be interesting to see, him do this role. He didn't come to mind when I think of Batman, to be honest. But I mean, he could do it, I guess. We don't know the take they're doing this time. Like, we've had so many different ones. We still have Robert Pattinson's in there right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be interesting to see how they make them different. And this definitely would be a different way to go to differentiate from the other ones. So to me, it'd be cool to see.
Since Robert Pattinson, I feel like I give anybody a shot at least.
I mean,
I was like not convinced when they first announced it was going to be him. So they definitely proved me wrong.
What was that movie that Gyllenhaal did? It was
Nightcrawler.
Yeah. Yes. That's a movie that comes to mind. I've never seen Prisoners.
Prisoners is amazing. Oh my God, watch Prisoners.
Never seen Prisoners.
Oh, there it is.
Actually, never seen Prisoners.
That's why I said it, because I saw that comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, never seen Prisoners. I think I need to. I keep hearing about that movie a lot.
That would be there. You go. You want some Batman-esque features? Watch Prisoners.
Prisoners for sure.
Okay. I'll try that.
Isaac in a past life has also said George Clooney needs to stay, but no, we're not doing
No.
Thank you, but no thank you.
That was a cute little cameo. Let's leave it there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
True. So AJ couldn't make it on the show, but he did submit his fan casting. So we're gonna go through his, and then Dig, we're gonna get to yours right after. So right. AJ wanted a Batman that is a very different fan casting. I have not seen this one before, so shout out to AJ for thinking outside the box. He's going with Glenn Powell as Batman, which interesting take. This is what AJ wrote down. I understand and can see Glenn Powell as Hal Jordan, and I can understand and can see Glenn Powell as Hal Jordan, but I want to see him expand his range as an actor, and I think he can pull off the Bruce Wayne Batman dynamic. The man already has the physique and looks down. He's not wrong. This is an interesting choice because he's fan cast a lot as Hal Jordan, mainly because of Top Gun, probably because he already kind of played Hal Jordan there.
Yeah, easy fit, right?
Yeah, but Batman, I can see it. He's older than I anticipated, considering his breakout role was Top Gun last year. He's 34, I believe, which puts him a little bit older than David Corenswet as Superman, who's 29 right now. So by the time this movie films in 3-4 years, maybe, he would be in that older Batman range that we were probably looking for. What do you guys think about Glenn Powell as Bruce Wayne?
Don't like it. I got to be competitive, guys. It's not, but I got to be competitive.
Okay.
He may or may not
don't be a hater.
Well, to be fair, I don't like it also because he may or may not be somewhere else on my list, and I get it. It's the home run pick to go that route, but I think it's the home run pick for a reason. Sometimes cliches are cliches for a reason.
True. He's popular choice for a lot of characters.
He has been, yeah.
Yeah, he's. I like him. I think he can play a lot of different roles. I don't know if he has to dark enough features, if that makes sense.
He seems too kind of fun-loving.
Probably, yeah. Maybe that's what it is. I haven't seen him, and that's because I haven't seen him in anything darker.
Also fair.
It's the Pattinson effect,
Yeah, just like you guys don't know Jake from anything darker. I've seen Jake go dark. I've seen him do it. So it's different when you see a person go there. But Glenn Powell, I think, is probably a better fit for other characters in the DC universe. I do want him there. I just don't know if it's for Batman.
Yeah, I echo that sentiment. I don't get Batman vibes from him. Whereas Robert Pattinson, unlike Jamie, I have seen some of his indie films, and he did have that vibe that they kind of brought over into the Batman. I haven't seen anything from Powell's work that suggests he can be Batman, but I'm also going to be real. This might be controversial for me to say. Batman ain't that hard.
It's also fair.
Like, I feel
You
like
don't gotta talk much.
Yeah, I feel like most good actors could probably pull it off. I think that's why we've never really had a bad Batman. And from Michael Keaton down to Robert Pattinson, all of them have had they've done a good job representing the character, even if the scripts themselves haven't. You know, like I don't think Clooney or Kilmer were terrible Batman either, even if you want to argue that the scripts weren't great.
Right.
So I can see it, but yeah, he's not my first choice.
Right. Same.
Interesting.
I thought it was like a Barry Allen to me.
Ooh, damn, Trayvon.
Barry's not bad.
Damn, you
Trayvon,
can't
you're getting good at this.
That comment. Damn. I was gonna say like, I'd give it a shot, but Barry Allen, I'm like, damn, you're right. But yeah, I'm not against it. Oh my gosh, my mom she's like, ask me what I want for dinner. I could see him playing Batman because I feel like in some of the Batman cartoons that I've seen, like Brave and the Bold Batman isn't always so like dark and brooding. So I think depending on the route they want to go, I think he could fit that. But you know, now that Barry Allen's been put in my head, I'm like, I do like that better for him. I don't know, AJ. I don't know. I'm sorry.
AJ, get in the comment section whenever you can and defend your honor. Make this make sense.
That's one way to put it.
Did you had another unconventional choice for your Batman?
Did.
So explain yourself.
All right, look. So I just recently watched Elvis. And while I didn't like the movie.
Hold on. You didn't like the movie?
No, the movie
at all?
The movie was awful. But let me tell you, Austin Butler can put himself into a character. This man can change his whole persona. Because I've seen him in other stuff. But throughout the movie, the one thing I could say about it is that's Elvis. And I think he is a phenomenal actor. I think, one, he can play the Bruce Wayne role. And I think that's something that we've been missing in our Batman for a long time, is that you can get whatever, but I feel like Bruce has not been the Bruce Wayne that you sort of get the feeling of. I get it. He's young. That's where my statement of, look, he can throw a little peach fuzz. He can have a 5 o'clock shadow, a beard and a mustache, or whatever you want to do. Some type of facial hair goes a long way in aging someone up. This movie's not gonna film for another 3 or 4 years. He'll already be a little older. I'm telling you, he could play a really good Bruce, and in the way that he can sort of put himself into a character and really embody that character, I think he'd play a good Batman overall.
Yeah.
I kind of want to hear Batman speak as Elvis now.
Oh God, no!
Because he got stuck talking like Elvis for a while, so I'm kind of curious, what would that be?
that shows how much he can put himself into a role, into a character. And Mike, you were muted. It sounded like you were saying something, or looked like you were saying something.
No, I was just saying he couldn't break that accent. It was just funny.
That's how much it was in him. So that's what I remember
him from Shannara Chronicles too. I don't know if anybody ever watched that.
That was one of the things I saw him in.
Yeah, I watched half of that.
Was it Hannah Montana? It was one of the Disney Channel shows. That was the first time I saw him.
He was on iCarly too, I think.
He was on an episode of Arrow many years ago. Yeah.
He was obviously in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Didn't see that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You mentioned Arrow, Joel, and I'm sorry, I'm just getting Ollie vibes from this guy, which is close enough to Bruce vibes, I guess, to where it makes sense, but I don't know. Not
really. They're different characters. Like they're similar in a lot of other ways, but I don't know. Personality. The CW Arrow, maybe.
CW sure didn't think so.
Yeah, but they weren't trying. They were trying to like replicate Batman. They weren't trying to stick to the Green Arrow that we know from the comic books. Yeah. He was way more of a smartass. You know. Look, I don't dislike the pick because I think Austin Butler's going to be somewhere soon. I have no doubt about it. Again, I just don't know if it's Batman.
That's
but
fair.
I haven't seen Elvis yet though, and I do want to. So maybe I'll do that, and maybe I'll change my mind. But
He transformed.
I heard
does.
Elvis.
Yeah, I heard. I mean, I see the trailer. The trailer look good. I'll check out the movie. But
Mannerisms,
just to
singing,
see
everything.
his performance. Sure.
That movie is great. Don't listen to this. That movie is great. Okay, I enjoyed that movie a lot.
Actually, wait, no, yeah, Trayvon, it was great. I can't lose that vote.
Yeah.
I can't lose that vote.
Oh my gosh. Trayvon, you loved Elvis. You loved him in Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see him as Bruce Wayne / Batman?
Bring him up again. I don't know. I just,
Wait, show him with darker hair. It's
lighter
hair.
There's other pictures that I see on Google. Like, I feel like it fits Bruce Wayne a little better.
Yeah, show him with darker hair.
This is what he actually looks like.
Sometimes he goes darker hair,
For a movie.
Yeah. This is his actual face. I mean, I could have got a picture of Elvis, but that wouldn't have fit.
So far, I will say that I might like him more for Batman so far out of the ones we've talked about. I mean, like you said, the way he transformed Elvis to me is like he really dedicates. So he'll get a voice. He'll do it. Like I think he'll really commit.
He'll bring that physicality to it.
See, I mean, yeah, and I feel like the seriousness of Elvis as well, like it feels like, oh, he can really do serious. Glenn Powell, I was talking about him earlier. That's why I said Barry Allen, because a little goofy to me. I don't know. I need to see. I guess I need to see him more stuff. Like, can he be like really serious? Right. That's only like. And
if it's that Chris Evans pick where everything you thought he was like funny until he did Captain America, and you're like, oh, wow, he could be serious when he wants to be. Right.
And and Gyllenhaal, like we were talking about earlier, I've seen him do dark stuff. So it's like maybe I don't know if Batman needs to be that dark, but we'll see. I think this is the closest so far for me. Yeah.
All right. Any other thoughts before we move on to my pick, the final Batman pick?
Okay.
I agree with Trayvon. I think there's potential with Austin Butler. He might be my number one pick so far.
Nice. Last Batman pick is mine. So this is one that you may have heard before. It's something that didn't really click with me until I saw this actor in a very specific role, because I didn't think they can do it. And then I saw them in that role. I'm like, oh yeah, they can definitely do this. I went a little bit older. I think I may have the oldest actor out of everybody here. And my pick is Jensen Ackles. Right?
Well, I love Jensen.
I love Jensen Ackles. And I never thought of him as Batman. He would get picked as Batman in like a lot of fan casts. I'm like, no, I don't think I can see it. He's been voicing Batman in some of the animated stuff. Then he played Soldier Boy in The Boys, which it's not like Batman at all. But he brought he deepened his voice. He brought that physicality to it. He was able to play a superhero in a way I didn't think he can necessarily pull off. And so I think that can translate very well. I also like the idea of him being 10 years older than Superman. I like, especially if we're, again, in the framework of what the DC universe is trying to build.
Right.
We're going with the established Bat family. Like, if Nightwing is 20, Bruce needs to be in his late 30s, maybe early to mid 40s, right? Because Damian is, assuming that we don't skip Robins, Damian's like the fourth sidekick he's had officially.
Right.
So I wanted to go a little bit older, and so I think Jensen Ackles was the one that stuck out to me right now. But what are you guys' thoughts?
I'll go first. Love this one the most.
Damn it!
So he is after seeing him in The Boys, his like overly confidence that he had in there, like his kind of like, I'm gonna do things, and somebody might get hurt, whatever, it's fine. He was very. It fit for me. Like maybe his character like toned it down a little bit, and you got Batman.
Right.
I feel like
don't make him a psychopath.
Yeah, turn down
like
a little
not
bit.
A killer, but
yeah, turn down a little bit, and you got that persona that I feel like would fit. So I don't know. I like that. I do like the older. It'll for me it'll make sense for a Robin. Like I said, I have a problem with a child running around with Batman. Like I said that to you guys. Like that's why I was so used to. I know people hate Batman and Robin, whatever, but that made sense to me because I was like, it wouldn't make sense for a little kid to be running around with him. At least it's somebody that can make their own choices. Run around with him. If this guy's older, it would make sense for him to have someone younger around. I guess it'll fit better. Austin Butler is kind of young, so I don't know about a Robin. Like, so I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
could have had a kid early, you know.
I mean, yeah, but the point is, if it's Dick Grayson, it's not a kid that he had. Somebody.
No, but is Robin supposed to be Damian?
Well, did he say that?
Yeah. Damian is Robin, but that's kind of my point. If Damian is here and all these other sidekicks already existed, he already had them.
Right.
Yeah, Butler can be Damian. Butler can be Damian.
Okay, now
he's got a gang of men, grown men running around. So yeah.
So now Austin Butler is kind of really out for me. So, because I didn't know it was Damian.
Yeah,
Damian is far ahead.
Maybe they're gonna mess up though and just say no. Damian is only Robin. He never had another Robin.
You know,
cancel this whole dang universe.
Yeah, exactly. See?
Throw it away. Bring Snyder back.
I'm trying to win right now.
Everybody would be pissed. No, that won't work.
I want to win right now.
I honestly don't think Gunn.
He adopts a kid off the streets named Damian.
They also mentioned the Bat family will be in.
Gunn is not that bold to do that. Like, yeah, he never had a Robin. It's only Damian. Oh my God, the uproar.
Look, facial hair can go a long way with me.
not just being your fourth Robin or
yes,
whatever.
It can.
No. Now that I know that, he definitely is out. Austin Butler's out. Sorry. Yeah. No, I didn't know that. Too young.
That's why I went older. I didn't go as old as. It's not like they're
around the same.
Right, they're around the same
area. Yeah, but just Ackles fits the most.
I mean, this pick, it just makes sense. He's already voiced, like you said, voiced it. It's been a popular pick for Batman for years. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of mad I didn't think about it. So to be honest, but I had just watched Elvis, and that performance was like, man, I could see him doing anything. So
recency bias gets the best of you, dude.
Recency bias kicked my ass all over this list. So.
Oh man!
I mean, I hope all of them get something.
Yeah,
100%. So, yeah.
Jensen, I like Jensen a lot. Because he's currently and he does a great job voicing Batman currently. They have these animated movies, but that might be my one strike against him is that he's already voicing Batman. He's done. Yeah. He's more known for TV than movies.
Ooh, Joel.
But already
give him a chance. Give him a chance to do the movies, though.
I know, but he's like 40 something. It's just rare that it happens that way.
You might have pushed me on Mike's side because we think about this. James Gunn wants the actor to also be the voice actor. So I'm like, wait, he's already doing it.
Yes,
but
that's also.
James Gunn might want a clean break. He might want a clean break of Anu doing all of that.
That's why he's already doing it. It's like it's rare.
But it's also an easy pick as well too. That might go over it easy.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably a couple.
Go over the easiest.
Matt Bomer is currently the Flash, and we're gonna get to that later too. I'm just saying, it's very unlikely that they get both. So, but I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying if Jake's a really good actor. I can't imagine he can't do voice acting if that's what you're worried about.
So I'm sure Austin Butler can too.
Right.
You know?
I can't imagine.
I know he's out because of the age, but I gotta keep trying to throw it up in there.
Yes.
But Jensen's great if that's the case. Sure.
Yeah.
I love Jensen.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal pick.
Slam dunk of a pick, if we're being honest. I kind of cheated there.
It's a very popular choice currently in the medium.
Yeah. Any other thoughts before we move to Wonder Woman?
Oh boy,
Brokeback Mountain.
Elvis, Trayvon. Elvis. Remember, it was a phenomenal movie.
Sure, Brokeback then.
just Ackles and the boys. Let's see.
Did he do anything? Was he naked?
Make a movie. Make the movie. The Button.
I can probably Google it. Probably find something.
Make the movie The Button. Jensen Ackles as Batman coming face to face with Anthony Starr as Reverse Flash.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Oh, that would be amazing.
All right.
Wonder Woman. So this is all of these picks are
This is
confirmed
hard.
to be appearing. Wonder Woman's the only one that technically isn't, but
Right.
there's a Paradise Lost series. She's gonna
Correct.
show.
Yeah.
Come on, we're not gonna be stupid.
And he's
So
like
we're doing
a Wonder Woman animated series too. So I'm like, there's got to be
And the
something.
game still
And the
supposedly is
game.
coming.
And the game that's
Yeah.
in limbo right now. It's
The
connected
game
to
that's coming in 2028.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm gonna go first because AJ and I have the same pick, so we're gonna
Mm.
kill
neat.
two birds, one stone.
Oh, double team.
Double
Interesting.
team. So we're going with May Calamari. She was in Moon Knight. You may have seen her there. I love her in all of the minor roles that she's done. I think her being in Moon Knight shows that she can do the physicality, the action, and her her character in Moon Knight is not a Marvel Comics character. I believe it was original for the show, so it's not a guarantee that she actually comes back.
Oh,
You know,
I mean,
She's in the comic now, so I doubt it.
Yeah.
like his love interest?
his
I don't-
his love interest, his
Yeah, so
wife, one of
I would hope
his
she'd come
personality's wives.
mhm.
I mean, I assume she's gonna be back in like a season 2, but I don't think she's like got that Marvel contract where she's locked down for 3-4 years, 5 movies or whatever they used to do for
Right.
people, right? I'll go to AJ's notes here too, since we're sharing the pick. Yeah, he just says she's proven that she's got the chops and the talent to do it, the physicality to do it, and he just loves her. I don't know how much he loves her in those notes. I don't know how to read that, but yeah, I think
You know how to read it.
we know how to read it. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I think she's different enough from Gal Gadot, but also still from like as far as her features, what we've seen her in, what she's done before, it still feels familiar enough to that interpretation where it's not that big of a jump. You don't want to get one thing about bringing characters in, right? You don't want to go too far away from what people know. Like going from Batman Returns to Batman Forever. Batman Forever, on the whole, isn't a terrible movie. It's just the jump between Returns and Forever was such a culture shock that I think that really rubbed people the wrong way. And I think May,
Neon lights.
yeah,
A lot of neon lights. What was going on?
so much like that felt like a completely different city.
It did.
But yeah, this is AJ and I's pick. What are you guys' thoughts?
I like this pick a lot. This was actually my second choice if I didn't pick who I picked for my first choice. So, pretty good pick. I think you should lose points because AJ picked it too.
I don't see how that's my fault, but all right.
Well,
We've got the receipts. I tweeted this pick a year ago.
oh,
So, just saying.
Maybe AJ copied you.
No one's got time to go back through that Twitter, all that. Twitter's a cluster. It's a mess right now.
it still works though. At
That's a good
least
point.
for now.
This is-
Go ahead.
I think this is a great choice. You guys have your work cut out for you. Yeah. Because she is like, I wouldn't say like, I guess newer, at least to me. Like, that was the first time me ever seen her. And apparently she was in Rami as well, which I did watch some of that, but I don't remember her in it. So I need to go back to that show anyway. But yeah, I think this is cool because she did show the physicality. I thought she was really cool in Moon Knight. I like to see somebody new like this get a role like that. That would be fun to see, and I like that. Oh, look at you! I have the tweet ready. Okay. Oh, I like that one. I like that one on the right. Yes. All right.
Boo! Get him out of here.
Henry. But yeah, I like this. I like this choice. Good luck, you guys.
I also
Jamie.
like this pick. I think, same with Trayvon. I haven't seen her in a whole lot of stuff, and I'm looking at her filmography, and I'm like, yep, no, I have not seen her in a whole lot of stuff. So I would love for her to have an opportunity like this, and I really enjoyed her in Moon Knight. I feel like there's just like a whole lot going on with Moon Knight, but she still managed to stand out in a good way.
Yeah.
So I think she could definitely carry that into Wonder Woman. So yeah, I would dig it.
Yeah, I agree. I really like her. She was one of my choices, even though I decided to go different just to be different because I saw AJ put it up. So I was like, I could probably find someone else. And what I really like about her is that she fits like which I didn't do, but the exotic feel to her that she has an accent. I like her with an accent more than without one. I just feel like it's weird when she doesn't. But even though my choice doesn't have an accent, but I thought she would be good. But May, I dig the choice. I really do. I wouldn't be against it at all.
Her movie Jin is really good, by the way, guys. If you haven't seen it, it is a horror movie. So if you don't like horror, maybe don't watch it. But it is really good.
How dark of a horror?
It's like supernatural horror.
Okay, think about it.
Those could be scary.
I'll think about it.
For me, with supernatural horror, it all depends on how much are you really afraid of like those supernatural elements. So
I can't punch it in the face. I'm frightened.
All right.
It's like Paranormal Activity because I laugh at those.
No, it's a little darker than that because it's all about like
don't laugh.
Demons
don't laugh at that
and
kind
stuff.
of stuff. Trayvon, that's not gonna happen, man.
My time.
This makes sense on why Trayvon didn't really understand what a sitcom was. If he finds Paranormal Activity as a comedy.
it's all coming together so much.
Oh man, Didge, what's your pick for Wonder Woman?
So obviously this actress, she was just on The Witcher. I think that shows a lot of. I think that shows a lot of what she can do in terms of more fantastical elements of acting. But really, why I picked her is I just watched the series Wanderlust on Netflix, and it's a very dramatic series. And so, what I really like with this is she was able to show her dramatic side and like sort of really get into those acting chops. As you can tell, a lot of this is based on can you disappear into something? And I think that's what she did in both of these. Anya Chalotra, I might have mispronounced her last name. But one, if we're going off still the same, she definitely, I think, can show the look as well. She does have an accent. Joelle, you know.
British accent.
Hey. She can do other accents, I'm sure. But all of that aside, like I said, it's really just about, I think she could play sort of the more serious role, and I think she sort of keeps it along the same veins, but it's still new enough so that it'll feel fresh. Yeah.
You also have to take into account the chemistry with the rest of the Justice League, right? Like, I think she can play off of David Corn Sweat very well. Whoever they cast as Batman, you know, that remains to be seen, but that's another thing that I was also taking into account. And I think I see that with your pick of how do they not just can they pull off the role, but can they fit the dynamic of what this universe looks to be building towards and playing off of those other characters. And when we get to Jimmy Olsen, that's another thing that we had to consider too. Of can they play off of Lois and Clark?
I picked her because I don't know if they're going to go slightly younger for Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
If they're making Batman just specifically the elders. But she's also fairly young. I think she's like in her late 20s. So you're looking mid 30s probably by the time we get to anything. Okay.
Oh, and she's 5'10". Oh, she might be my number one.
You swayed Joelle.
I told you she has the look. Like, I
didn't know she was that tall, bro.
But yeah,
playing off of Henry Cavill definitely helps too, right?
Right.
Yeah. No, but
you played off of a Superman before. You can play off of another one. You know. So yeah, I think.
Don't bring that up.
Damn.
Touch your subject.
All right. Fair enough.
The judges want us to refrain from mentioning Henry Cavill. From this
strike that from the record.
I just did that to mess with you.
But I do think the age was a lot of it too. I didn't want to pick someone fairly. Even though I don't think May's that old.
She's 36, I believe.
Oh, okay, that's actually older than I thought. I thought she was like also like early 30s. I mean, so I'm just looking at it trying to keep Batman the oldest. Even though I picked a younger Batman, I still think facial hair goes a lot way and make it.
I appreciate your consistency.
Can somebody please tell me how often Bruce Wayne has facial hair?
Right.
To make you keep making this point. I'm like, when does this apply to Batman?
Look, man.
The one that was in the Flash at the beginning. I don't think that's a good comparison. But...
No, we saw the picture. We saw the pictures posted.
The one at the end too.
We posted pictures in the group chat with it.
Okay.
That was too much hair, though. We believed that.
He don't have to have that much. He doesn't have to have that much.
You don't need a beard.
Judges, how are we feeling about Digit's Wonder Woman?
I mean, she cool. You know, I like her. I mean, she's, you know, I'll show you guys what I'm writing these people down as in my chart afterwards. Right. I'll tell you what I have in my chart as. But you know, I'm, you know, I like her. She cool. I like the other girl, you know, before. We'll see. We'll see. You know.
Watch Wanderlust. It was great.
Wanderlust. Well, that won't help you right now. So
it won't.
Oh man!
Watch some clips while Joel's talking.
Hey, you gotta focus on my words. Man.
Cheating.
I don't know, Dig. I really like her as well, but I don't know.
5'10".
We can break some shins, make people taller artificially. It'll be fine.
Get her to stand on a box. Gosh.
No. That's fine.
Wonder Woman don't have to be tall.
You know. Yes, she does. You have to be the Amazonian.
She got to command. All she got to do is command, like, you know, play a little bit, but don't fuck with me. That's what that girl from Moon Knight give. So
we'll see.
Let me
see it. Maybe I can find how tall she is actually. But I like. How do you say the first lady's name?
Was it?
May.
I got it. I'll tell y'all. I got it down as Moon Knight girl.
May Calo.
May Calamari.
I'll just tell you.
May Calamari,
yeah, I think I like her better right now. Oh, she's 5'6" and a fourth. I can't believe
look how short she is. Look how short she is.
That's fine.
She'll fuck them up though.
Wonder Woman wears heels. That's cool.
Think about 5'11" with.
Look at them platforms Gal wears. That's why she looks so tall, right?
Hey, Gal is legitimately tall too.
And she's tall on top of that.
Yeah,
on top of that.
Height doesn't matter in movies.
It don't matter. They still ain't fucking with
we were just talking about last week. We were talking about Jackman being 6 feet tall.
Yeah. Doesn't mean I like it. All right.
I definitely.
Oh no, she don't give a damn while she's flying.
See, but her being short means she got to levitate off the ground half the time just to stay in frame. You know,
that's fine.
Damn. As long as I have the same thing. As long as she's fine, I'm good. You know, I'm fine. But we can go to
like fine and looks. I didn't know that was. I mean, I agree, but I didn't know that's how you went down.
I mean, that's definitely a part of this. So.
That helps, right? No,
it does.
For sure. For sure helps.
I think both of them are pretty, but I think May looks a little bit more exotic to me.
Really?
This lady's half Indian.
Yeah, but
more exotic. More exotic. Even though
she's got the curls, man. The curls for classic 80s Wonder Woman. Come on.
And like I said, I want kind of root for an underdog right now, you know. You know, she got Yennefer already. Let's let her have that and let the other girl have Diana. Okay.
What's up?
She has Layla.
Thanks for joining us.
Layla wasn't. Layla was in there, but she ain't.
She's Scarlet Scarab now. Look at that.
What is that? Like legit. What is that, dude?
Scarlet Scarab was in the comics.
It was a cute outfit. It was a cute outfit, but I want her in the Wonder Woman one. Let's see her flying up in the air and stuff. Let's give her something big. Like I would like.
She's Scarlet Scarab. What if they come out with a Scarlet Scarab movie?
Yeah,
they won't. They will not.
They're not even doing Shang-Chi too.
Come back. I don't know. You know, just saying. Just putting that out there.
We got one more Wonder Woman pick. Again, since AJ and I shared, this one's a little bit shorter than Batman. Joel, talk to us. Who you got?
Well, my choice. Matt, what was your name?
Oh, disqualify him. I can't even remember her name.
Don't be nervous.
Disqualify him.
I know her name. I just don't remember her last name.
Just say what show she's from, whatever. That's something right down as anyway.
Well,
she's
here.
Melissa, was it Barrera?
Believe so.
Look at it. Disqualify him.
I barely know her. I only know her from the Scream movies, and she's great in those movies. I thought, like, looking at her, I could see a Wonder Woman somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like mid-30s or early 30s, so she fits the age. Like, I think she's like 33.
She's
So
33.
she fits the age range that we're going with like Superman and Batman. I think it works. And she's great, like I said, in the Scream movies. My only knock on her, considering she's my pick, was that she's missing the accent, the exoticness, even though she is Mexican, like that. But she's not like unless she can do it. Maybe she can. I have no idea. That's up to her. That's up to them, actually. Whatever they want to do with the Amazons, they retrofitted Cal's accent to the Amazons in the old.
She looks great. She's 33.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She looks great. The
Why you say that like 33 is old, Jamie?
It's not old, but I would not have ever guessed above like 28 for her.
Oh, yeah. Well, she plays younger, obviously.
Yeah.
In those movies. That helps too. That she even though she's 33, she definitely looks way younger than her actual age, and that means
she does.
She's got an agelessness to her, which Wonder Woman needs as well. So I feel she could definitely hit all those margins, and she could do action. You know, not that the others can't. Obviously, they could.
May would be a great Wonder Woman pick. Love Melly, but no.
I can't see her outside of Vita. I really like that show, so even when she was in Scream and all that, I just always picture her character from Vita. So that's
Vita, so is what you're telling me.
I just watched it enough, probably. That's.
I didn't realize that was the same girl. Okay, so it's good to know Vita.
She's great there. She's great in Scream. I like her.
Yeah.
In the Heights, if you guys saw that movie.
Oh, yeah, she was.
I didn't.
They don't like musicals, but yeah, In the Heights, great. She's awesome.
I've seen it. I wasn't a huge fan, but she was in it.
I'm not a musical person, so I missed it. Oh, she is in Vita. Look at that.
Oh, Cliff.
I like her.
Ooh.
But I like her for Black Canary or
Cliff in the chat dropping bombs. I love this one.
I like that too.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I like that. Or Talia. I don't know.
I mean, Talia need more some exoticness too.
Yeah, Talia, you kind of need to.
I don't know. I just envision her doing all that stabbing, like loving all that action.
I can see.
Let's give her Black.
See, if we're picking her for Talia, then I would pick Austin Butler for Batman.
Let's go. Pick her for Talia.
Except he's too young.
We're not fancasting Talia today.
Still too young.
Oh, you heard it here first, Jamie.
I said if.
Yeah, no. See, Digis tampering. No, we're not doing Talia. This is not count.
This is for Wonder Woman.
I don't know about Wonder Woman. I don't know. I like her a lot. But I don't know.
Yeah, I can see it. That's the only reason I chose her. It was the hardest one for me to choose Wonder Woman because it's hard for me to get off.
Hold on now.
You missed the Batman fan. Yes, Austin Butler for Bruce Wayne was a
what you mean, now? You like? I mean, don't do that too much.
Look, man, I agree. The Elvis movie was bad, but Austin Butler played his part.
Elvis was. I haven't seen that. Can't say.
That movie was great.
I've heard that bad.
I already know I lost.
Maybe it's sad a little bit.
Austin Butler for Constantine. Now you're talking. You're speaking my language.
I want a Brit. Damn it.
What is Austin Butler?
I settled for Keanu Reeves. I'm not doing that again.
Actually,
I would guess like
as soon as I type in his name, it just says
American.
Austin
American.
Yeah, American.
California. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. He definitely looks like a California kid.
Oh yeah,
he does.
Does he?
Yes,
yeah.
I think
100%.
I need to go to California.
He looks like he goes surfing like every week.
I need
to go there.
As for Constantine, I got some in my head. Depending on how old they go.
I do like this actress, though. I get back on topic. I do like this actress, but now that I'm hearing some other names, actually, I feel like I would like her better for Zatanna. I think that would be pretty good. Yeah, I don't. Maybe like a younger sister to Wonder Woman or something. I don't know.
You want her for Donna Troy?
She's
Oh
33.
no. Actually, no.
She just looks young. That's
Yeah,
Fine.
that's the biggest hurdle for me. She looks very young, which is not a detriment to her. She should be very happy about that.
What's
But
wrong with
just
Black Canary? What about all
Black
that?
Canary too.
I don't have a huge attachment to her, so it's not one of the first characters that comes to mind. But I'd be open to it, I suppose.
What makes you think Black Canary? I'm curious.
The way she kind of like snapped in the Scream movie. I don't know. It's just something about it. I can see her screaming. I don't know. I can see that.
It does check a box for Black Canary. You know, I get it. I see the vision.
That is the most important part, I suppose.
Fair.
We're gonna move on to the Flash. Now, I left this open to interpretation.
Okay.
This can be Barry Allen. This can be Wally West. I don't care. Whoever you want to be the Flash, that's who you guys fan cast. Joel, you're gonna start us off.
Wait a minute. You sure you don't care? Now you guys won't care if they like start off straight with Wally. Y'all won't care. Y'all will be mad.
I mean, I left it open for them to choose.
Oh,
I wouldn't care.
Okay.
I wouldn't really care either, but that depends. Depends how it's explained. You know?
They were like, Barry's dead.
I'm open-minded about it.
They were like, Barry's dead, Wally's here. How would you feel?
If they give me the story where Barry died, like in the movie dies, and then they pass on the same movie, I could.
No, I mean he already did when the movie started.
Like we just never.
Yep.
We never see Barry. There's a statue of him in Central City.
Flashbacks, you know, they're just flashbacks.
That'd be kind of wild.
That would be wild. That'd be crazy, especially to start out a universe. But all right, we'll see.
We're starting out a universe with Damian Wayne as Robin.
Yeah, this is a lived-in universe. Flash could be dead.
That's true. I mean,
Barry could be dead.
There was never a Robin. You know, Batman could be younger.
Would you stop it, dude? No. Like, I hate this universe you're pitching. It's making me hate all your subsequent picks.
Look, man, I just need to win. I'm very competitive.
I think I'll let Austin go, man.
3 picks ago. Joel, who's your Flash? And which version of the Flash are they playing?
Now, I chose him specifically to be versatile because I think this actor is versatile. He can play either Barry Allen or Wally West. But honestly, when you see him, your first thing you're going to think is Wally West because you guys, it's a visual medium. What do you expect? Yeah, the way he looks more like a Wally than a Barry. But I think he could be either one if it really came down to it. So I went with Cameron Monaghan. Yes, I really think he could be. I think he's I think he's a guy on the rise. He's a great actor, obviously. We've seen it in even the TV show like Gotham, where he was playing a version of the Joker, which was fucking weird. But at the end of the day, he was great in that show. He was great in the Star Wars video games. It's Cal Kestis.
And Shameless.
Oh, he was amazing in Shameless, Ian.
Perfection.
I loved him in that show. That show was great in general, but he was one of the better characters in it. So I think he's a good actor. I wouldn't mind seeing him take on the role of Flash.
Oh, Leo said for reverse.
Oh no, not reverse.
Reverse.
So
he could do that. He could do that too.
I can see it.
He could do it.
I like my reverse older.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gyllenhaal.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
No.
Cliff in the chat says, I'm with Leo. He's good at playing evil.
He's also good at playing good.
He is very good at playing good. Star Wars has taught us that.
Yeah. But now he's kind of tipping into evil a little bit, so.
He did evil. He started. He was good, bad.
He did start going a little evil in Star Wars. Well, honestly, it's not a bad pick, but I want him to do more Star Wars stuff. So let's.
You could do both.
James Gunn's trying to monopolize all these actors' time, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He could do Cal Kestis and the Flash. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, just a little motion capture, a little voice. Then he could be over here. Another motion capture.
Oh, we still got to figure out what they're doing. Once they figure it out completely, then. You worry about Cal Kestis. There's a lot of people they got to worry about before Cal.
No, man.
Unfortunately.
I mean, no. Like,
Don't pay attention to anything Didge says when it's not his pick. I think we're deep enough in the show to realize.
No, I did say I think it's a good pick. I did say that. I do think you said for either. Obviously, Wally would be the choice for sure. I think if you go with him, but Reverse Flash also. I think it's a no brainer. And I don't think it's just because of the look. I think just in some of the roles, I also think they may just want to go with Wally just because we just got Barry and obviously we saw how Flash did. But just to sort of freshen things up and try to have you look at Flash, not necessarily Barry.
Right.
So I do think it's a decent pick, but in terms of the competition, no, man, he has to do Star Wars.
Okay. Well, Digits disqualified.
Again, reiterate Digits points.
I gave a lot of meaningful points.
And then you always follow them up with, for competition's sake, no. No, but yeah, I like this pick. You're right. Visually, the hair, you just think of Wally West. But if he dyes it, goes blonde. We haven't actually had a blonde Barry. Have you ever seen him with a different hair color?
Yes, I've seen him black.
Yeah. Have you? I've never seen. I just thought about that. I've never seen him with different hair color.
Yeah, he's had black hair. I've seen him with black hair before.
Interesting. I'm about to Google
weird. Yeah, I've seen him with in Gotham. I think it's like purple, some shit.
Oh well, I mean like actual natural hair color. Yeah, I've seen like that.
I think I remember seeing him in black. I forgot what.
Hair says Wally, but his vibes feel like Barry to me. So I think if they were to cast him, I would want him to be Barry Allen. He could almost pass as an amalgam a little bit, kind of like what Grant Gustin did, a little bit of what Ezra Miller did, where it's like it's neither really truly Barry or Wally. It's kind of a combination of both to make the Flash. And I think he can pull it off perfectly fine. So yeah, I like this pick.
I dig it. Obviously.
I'm conflicted. Because I think I don't know, the hair does scream Wally. I'm thinking about really my relationship with him as far as acting is concerned is through Jedi Survivor. Outside of that, I haven't seen anything that he's been in.
Shameless.
Oh, weird.
Look, I went back to Gotham just because I saw what they were doing with him, and then after he got done, I left. So I was like, so to be honest.
He was some of the best
hair is wild.
It was amazing.
Right? Yeah, right.
Yeah, this is wild.
It's dark. You're like, oh.
I think that doesn't help. It's
and he's pale.
Jet black. And he's like you said.
Pale. It's different. It's weird. He obviously has light features for a reason.
Yeah.
Dark hair don't fit.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Shameless, Terry. Why does it not work on you? It works with every other time, but when it comes to Fancast.
Listen, I love him, but I just don't know about Flash. I can't see it.
Yes, yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Well, Jamie has them.
I'm gonna just put.
I've seen him do a Joker, so it's kind of hard for me to. I was like, that's fair. I've seen him do Joker. It's like, I don't know.
Being versatile is not a bad thing.
Geekly brings up a good point here. The best move is to combine them. Many of us had different versions of the Flash we grew up with. Yeah. That is.
I think that's tough though because how you're gonna give them one of the two names. So if you do, you're saying just have both of them in there.
I'm saying you can do both. You don't necessarily have to have one or the other.
I was gonna say if you're talking about just combine the personality so you get a feeling of it, I think that's why this Barry lost some people is because he was so goofy and light. He had the personality of a Wally almost.
He did.
What about Jason Todd?
He's trying to figure out where to put Cameron Monaghan.
Flash. Why is that?
I can't see it.
What's so hard?
I need a sadistic role.
So no, you don't need.
He's 29 years old. I mean, if he plays a little younger, he probably could be Jason Todd. Honestly, I think that could work.
I don't see Jason Todd just because he did Joker. It's a weird flex.
I can't. I don't know. He played, the way he played in Shameless as well too. He played very You know, when
he
was
was
off his
fucking
meds.
bipolar.
Yeah, I know.
It was two different versions.
I know. I feel like he plays that well. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
Geekly Goods brings up a popular fan cast that's been going around. Lucas Till. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
That was Havoc in the first class, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Thank you for saying that because I was about to look him up. I was like, I remember
that
name. I was like, I remember that name.
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's not a bad choice.
Yeah. I think he can do it. Very stereotypical Barry Allen.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind finally having a blonde Barry. It's like they're avoiding it.
Yeah, I hate the typecasting too. I just can't see Flash. I can't.
Ray Harper would also be a good role for Cameron. I love how we completely left the Flash. We're just like, what do we need to do to get Cameron himself?
And it's not the Flash. Like I don't. What happened here?
But Cliff brings up an interesting idea. He has a feeling that they'll pull a Young Justice, and one of those speedsters will be trapped in the Speed Force. I feel like since James Gunn is talking about how this universe, we're jumping into it. We're not starting from the beginning. Very, very well could be in the Speed Force. I think that can make sense.
Yeah.
Stuck in the Speed Force, to answer your question, Isaac. But yeah, Jamie had to step away, but she said, Trayvon, you have all of the power.
Oh, yikes.
I like that.
So that's just our first Flash. So by default, that's number one. Didge, who are you casting as the Flash? And which version of the Flash are they playing?
So, like I was saying earlier, I think that they are going to go Wally just because of wanting to keep the Flash as a name, but sort of kind of distance from Barry, at least initially. So that way, if it is a situation like where Barry's trapped in the Speed Force or whatever, you can still have a Flash there. And so with that in mind, I chose Joe Keery just because of a lot of the Steve just from Stranger Things. His mannerisms there are very lighthearted, very funny, very kind of wacky, I guess, however you want to put it. And I think a lot of that lends itself to a Wally West.
I like Joe. I don't know if I see him as Wally West personally.
Fair.
Yeah. Wally's an interesting character because one of the most popular versions of Wally West is again that amalgamation from Justice League Unlimited, where he is half Wally, half Barry.
Yeah.
So trying to place actors in both of those roles, because Grant Gustin famously is also playing half Wally, half Barry. Yeah. But trying to figure out what a new interpretation that is strictly Wally West or Barry Allen, it's always going to be kind of hard for me to parse the two, because in media it's never really been that way. Right. But I like Joe as an actor. I think he can pull it off. He's just not the name that immediately jumps out to me. But yeah, I can see it. I think this could work.
I immediately leaned into, like I said, the more goofy. That's where my mind went with this.
Gotcha. Joel, thoughts?
I like Joe a lot. And Flash as a character, I think, is already kind of pinholed as like the more comedic character of the team, because they kind of need that you need that different character from the rest. And Barry is very like the rest of them. Naturally, usually, he's not as funny as Wally, who's it's literally a spark plug. It's like he's constantly moving a mile a minute. He's always snapping jokes. He's more like the Spider-Man-esque character than Barry Allen, who's very much vanilla before they amalgamated him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Joe for a while. I mean, I could see it. I mean, I like Joe. It could work. I'm not against that at all. But I think the Flash can be played by a lot of different actors, in my opinion. But I'm not against it at all. No, I guess that's fine. It's a decent, good pick.
Geekly Goods in the comments says, can't see Joe as Wally, but definitely deserves a role somewhere. Then adds, maybe Kyle Rayner?
Nah, Kyle's mixed. We got to keep it mixed.
Fair. I do think we're going to see Kyle, though, very soon.
I mean, I never thought it's a guy, so why not?
Right.
Yeah,
Like, once you
fair.
introduce a guy, I feel like all the lanterns are gonna just show up at some point now.
It's just a weird choice. I don't know how you explain that many human lanterns. I never could understand in the comic books. I don't know how the movies would ever do it, but whatever. We'll see.
Yeah. Trayvon, you have all of the power. What are your thoughts? Drakiri, Wally West.
I don't know much. I don't know like anything about this guy. I don't watch that Stranger Things mess y'all watch. I don't watch that. So,
Wow.
This is wild.
I don't like it. Anyway, so yeah, I don't watch that. So I mean, he's cute, whatever. Sure. I don't know. I seen like
He's great.
What I was doing when I muted, I was watching like a quick like cut of all the scenes he wasn't Free Guy because I remember he was in there. So I watched that. I don't see it. I don't know. I don't know what he could be. I don't know. Good luck. I don't know. I can't. I don't know nothing about this guy. I don't
Jamie
like
off the bench is saying he was in a Taco Bell commercial. Maybe
Oh,
that'll
okay.
help you.
Yeah.
Matt, you know what? He almost got kicked out. I swear to God, like it's one thing not to watch it, but Mess was almost a push too far.
Look, I tried watching it. I got real bored real fast. I was like, yep, all right.
This shouldn't count. He hasn't watched it.
Sure.
It-
He doesn't
yeah,
know him at all.
This can happen though with these characters, right? They can pick somebody unknown, right?
Yeah.
I have
Unfortunately,
not
this
been
man is
sold on him.
known.
I'm saying for the
He's
vote
unknown
part.
to me.
I'm talking about for the vote part.
So
Yeah, the judge doesn't know the actor. It works.
That doesn't
Welcome
work.
to the chaos.
I bring that
Yeah.
energy. Yeah,
All the energy.
I have fun with this. I'm having fun. But yeah, I just don't. I mean, he's cool. I don't know. Good luck.
I will be putting in an appeal for protest.
And if once Jamie's available, we'll run back. We'll see if she can change things. But
I mean,
since Trayvon has the
about a
power,
commercial. I mean, that's all she must know about him too. So, good luck.
I will be competing the rest under duress. All of this will be.
we're gonna go to AJ's pick again. He's not here, but he did send it in. So he went a little bit older than everybody else.
A little bit.
Wait, hold on for a second. Who pick was that anyway?
Mine.
Okay.
Think I would have been doing this all in duress otherwise.
Stranger Things boy. Okay.
Oh my
No, that's
God.
gonna be. There's so many boys in that show, man.
Oh my
It's gonna be so
God.
confusing.
Not for
Unless
him. He only knows one boy.
If y'all pick, well, I know the Power Ranger, Red Power Ranger, but if you picked him, I don't know. I might have chose him over anybody.
I like him too.
Let's be honest.
Not for
Daiquiri
Flash.
may have been. I think I would have been a little bit more on board with that one. With Daiquiri.
Red Hood for Dacre.
I can see
Yeah.
that.
That's how you pronounce his name. It's not Decree.
No, it's Dacre.
It's Dacre.
Did not know that. I thought it was
Dacre.
Decree the entire time.
The
No, it's
more you
Daiquiri.
know.
It's Dacre
I
Montgomery.
literally just said it that way.
I
Anyway,
know.
AJ's pick is Matt Bomber, which 10 years ago I would have been all for this.
Wait, I thought he
Now,
switched it.
No, he changed the name because he spelled it wrong. He said Bomber.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's Bomer. Like
I corrected it
B-O-M-E-R.
because I love this guy,
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
but
great. I love him too.
not for Flash.
Right, he's a great voice for the Flash. Let's be real. Like he does a good job.
Reverse would be interesting.
I can
He
see
also
it.
said Jonathan Bailey from Bridgerton if he were to go younger.
Jonathan Bailey.
Okay, maybe that's what I had saw.
Yeah,
Who's
I'll
that
pull up
one?
a picture. Of
I like him
Bailey.
too, but I can't. Still not Flash. I don't know.
I assume these
That's your
are
own
Wally
Flash, damn it.
West's. Or excuse me, Barry Allen's for.
See, the problem for me, I've seen Grant Gustin do it for a very long time. So you gotta work for this.
I mean, we've had two different Barry. I've had three in my lifetime. So it's like
I've had one pretty much.
that's why for me it's very much. I just at this point I want someone that looks a little different because they all except for Ezra, who's like had much darker features than I'm used to for a Flash, and not like personality. I mean, like literally, it's jet black hair,
Yeah.
and dark
Yeah.
eyes. It's like, oh, that was completely different than I'm used to for Flash. But I want to finally go. If they go blonde or red, give me something different. Just to offset all the black hair or brown hair.
I had think Matt Bomer. Now I will write his name because I know him, love him. And what was the other one?
The other one was Jonathan Bailey.
Yeah,
he's bringing it up, right?
Yeah. Give me a sec. I'm fast, but I'm not as fast as the Flash.
I don't know.
Here's your new image.
I don't know him, yeah.
Well, I've seen Bridgerton.
Another more dark features. I don't know dark features.
You're gonna hate my pick.
I don't know. I can't.
No.
Flash. They don't fit. I don't know. I don't know. Not for me.
I think a lot of guys can actually play the Flash. It's just a matter of what are you looking for, right?
Yeah.
You know.
That's again kind of the issue of the amalgamation and which Flash are you going with? Because if you're going true Barry Allen and true Wally West, those are very different characters. But if we're going with what they've been doing for the last 20 years by kind of mashing them together, that's another character, you know. So
right.
Matt Bomer, like based off of White Collar, would be a very interesting Bruce Wayne to me.
Well, Matt Bomer could do almost anything. That's why.
Well, yeah, and then in American Horror Story, he was, he was off it.
Yeah.
So
and he's really good as fucking Negative Man, in Doom Patrol. I think he's great. And he's mostly a voice actor, but even though any way they're trying to find a way to bring his face out, they will. But he's great. He's great.
Yeah. I like him. I just think he's a little too old.
He's 45. Yeah. A little stretch.
Okay. He's just way too old. Jonathan, though, I don't see it.
Unless it is Barry and they want to stick with him dying in the beginning. You know what I mean?
Oh, no. You can't kill Matt Bomer now. Hold on.
I'm just saying. If you're going to go that old.
I got to meet him first. Okay. All right. but yeah. I don't know. I can't see. I don't know. Is Jamie still in the comments? I can't. I don't know what she thinks about these two. I don't know. I can't see him as Flash.
We'll circle back if you.
This is gonna be a real hard to pick a good one out of this list. I don't know. Let's see what you got, Mike.
All right.
That might be the deep. That might make me pick. To be honest, I'm gonna lie. So,
I went a completely different direction from everybody.
Okay.
I went purely Wally West.
Okay.
I love Wally West. Jamie says she's mixed, by the way. She's in the private chat, which is fair. I went Wally West because I think it was Joel earlier who mentioned that they might want to go away from Barry. We've had Barry quite a bit, quite often. This movie just bombed. So
another reason.
Barry's not the reason that it bombed. No. But having 9 seasons of The Flash on the CW, which a lot of people reference as like the definitive live action version of The Flash, also a show that didn't really feature Wally West that much. So you can still like explore a lot of ground with that character. I think for me, Wally makes a lot of sense, especially again, me just thinking about the greater universe. If the Bat Family exists, Wally West probably already exists. I don't know. That was just my logic going into it.
I like that thought process, and the whole dynamic of like, I was a Titan and now I'm a member of the league. Like that dichotomy of like, I'm with the big leagues, but I love my friends. You know, like it's one of those things. You can play with that, and I think that'd be interesting. Yeah,
and it'd be again completely different from what 9 seasons of the Flash show did, what this movie did, what the 90s show did. It'd be a completely fresh take. Kind of like Spider-Verse, right?
Yeah.
Out of all the Spider-Man movies, Miles gets one. It's completely different, refreshing, great stuff.
Right.
Funny enough, I was really thinking of who I wanted to play Wally, who captured that energy. And I went back to this movie. You guys may know it. It's called Dope. And ironically, Miles Morales needs to play Wally West. Shameik Moore is my choice for Wally or Wallace. I don't care.
Well, 2 different characters now.
Yeah, for the sake of simplicity, if you wanted to make Wally black, that's fine. That's my point. I really don't care.
Okay.
But
it's done.
Yeah. So I think Shameik brings that fun-loving, kind of wisecracking energy to the role. He can do that. He can also go more serious. The thing about Wally is people highlight the jokey aspect because that is what differentiates him from Barry. But as he matures and gets older, he grows into that role of the Flash, and he does become a little bit more serious. And I think Shameik is at that age where he's not too old, where he can kind of play around with that. He can play a little bit younger, and he can develop that character of the Flash, especially if you pair him up with. Again, I'm fan casting a Justice League right now, so I'm trying to figure out what piece fits with Superman, my Batman, my Wonder Woman, and my Green Lanterns. That's the thing. You need a Flash that goes with Green Lantern, and whoever you pick has to have chemistry with them. So I think Shameik Moore down the line with both of my Green Lanterns can have some really fun chemistry and dynamics there. And yeah, I just think for me this one made the most sense. Wally and Barry are kind of hard though, so I did struggle a bit with this one, but I think ultimately I really loved this pick.
Okay.
I'm not mad at it.
Not what I was expecting, but
not what I was expecting at all. But I'm not mad at it. You
told you I went there.
That's why you said. I said dark features. I'm a hair color.
No, but yeah, like I went completely different from like prototypical Barry Wally type of dynamics. Though he does
obviously, yeah.
I think he can still bring that energy, and that's why I quickly added Wallace to this image, because you may look and like, yeah, he looks nothing like Wally, but there's precedent here.
Yeah.
Smart.
Interesting. My only retort, and the only reason it's been hard for me for not just that character, many characters right now with Shameik, is I've watched that Wu-Tang series and I cannot unsee him as fuck. Was he playing?
Shit.
The cook, the chef.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But you're right.
It's hard. It's so hard.
It just sort of went right to it.
Yeah, he's so good in it too.
That series as a whole is good.
The series is great. He
played Corey, right?
That's Raekwon. Raekwon the chef.
Raekwon the chef. Yep, there you go. He played Raekwon, and he put himself in it.
Now that you said it,
it's hard to unsee it. Now, maybe obviously he's got to play himself out of it, because like in Dope he was great, and that's a very different person than when he played as Raekwon. Like, very different people.
It just so happened that obviously Wu-Tang came out after that, so like whatever. If I would have saw him as his character in Dope,
it's all recency biases. That's all it is. Yeah. It's hard for me to see that.
He's got range though.
No, for real.
He does.
It does. It's crazy though. I gotta unsee it to get that back in.
Ooh,
Sorry.
You are right.
For me, it's okay.
No, that was my reason. I don't know how many people actually watch the Wu-Tang series. So.
Haven't seen Dope. Haven't seen Wu-Tang.
Wow.
So
the only experience with this guy is probably Spider-Verse.
Yep.
We just heard his voice. Interesting.
Yeah, just Spider-Verse and him like campaigning to play Miles in real life.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll take Wally.
I like that. No, I'm saying for that energy, like that, to play a superhero, he would love to do it.
Oh hell yeah!
And what I'm saying, like he's already done the voice of a superhero. I would want to give him this. I would like to see what he does with it.
Yeah, I think
I feel like it works better.
Miles,
so I say it works better than Miles.
Yeah.
So I would like that for him. And I'm going off of Spider-Verse and just him wanting to play a superhero really bad. And I think that would be really cool. And honestly, he's the best choice out of the other ones. I can see him. I can't see the other ones. So yeah. So
shameless.
You haven't even watched Stranger Things. You don't even know.
It's not gonna work.
Hey, come on, go watch it now and tell me to change your mind.
I'm doing the rest of this in protest.
As someone who has seen Stranger Things, I don't know about picking. I keep thinking his name is Steve Harrington. That's what he plays on Stranger Things.
Steve the Hair Harrington. That applies here. It's fine.
It works.
But it's like, it's tough because he's made such a huge impression. Excuse me. As Steve Harrington, and like people are like rooting for him and like hoping that like everything works out for him at the end and all of this stuff. And then I saw like him in a Taco Bell commercial right after that. So outside of those two roles, I guess you could say, I don't know. I feel like Shamik Moore is the most interesting cast that I've seen. If we could run through all of them real quick to make sure that I've seen everybody. But I think Shamik Moore is the most interesting of the 4 picks.
We're gonna run through it. We're gonna try and keep this brief. Matt Bomer, this is AJ's first pick. Little old, so he did give us a backup one with Jonathan Bailey from Bridgerton. I assume again these are Barry Allen, and then Kyle Kestis.
Cameron Monaghan. Yes, we have the name, and we're gonna
go Steve Harrington.
Joe Carey.
The best Spider-Man.
Miles Morales.
I think he's a little old to play Miles as well. Like
he's older than Tom Holland, by the way.
As much as I want that for him, I don't see it. I don't see it happening.
The closest he can get is if they make a live action like segment in Spider-Verse and he's allowed to play it there. But like MCU,
I
he's
can
too
see
old.
that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they like age Miles up for some reason or something, I don't know, maybe. But as Wallace, though, I think there's potential. I'd be interested to see that. I haven't really I'm not big into the comic books. I don't know if your audience knows this, Mike. I've definitely said it on GVN a billion times, but I'm not big into the comic books and stuff. So like seeing these different characters, like I didn't even know there was a Wallace that was Flash at one point. So
they're both his nephews, both of them. That's even weirder. Iris has a brother, 2 brothers, right? No, yeah, 2 of them, and they both named them. One was Wally and one was Wallace, named after I think their was it grandfather or something like that? I think
George Foreman did it. All his kids are George, and his daughter is Georgina.
Damn.
Yeah. Very true. Yeah. Isaac in the comments. Just curious. I assume this is a typo, so I'm going to fix it for you. If Wally West would be the Flash, who would you cast as Linda Park West?
Flash. To be honest, I didn't even catch that. I just assumed Wally West with it. I didn't even catch it. Flash.
I didn't read that far. I'm like, if Flash would be the Flash.
So, Linda, good question. Not sure.
Yeah, I would have to think about that, right? If
we're going with Shamik, I'm going to just do my man a favor and just make Haley Steinfeld Linda. There you go. You're welcome.
Help him out.
Helping the brother out.
I didn't think that far, like you said.
Good on you.
You guys ready to move on to the Green Lanterns?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
I am.
Let's do it.
I got enough abuse here.
Seriously.
Green Lantern. Hal Jordan or John Stewart? Where do you want to start?
Either one.
Let's start. Yeah.
John Stewart.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Ditch, who's your John Stewart?
Trevante Rhodes. I've been wanting this pick for John Stewart for years. So,
perfect. Everybody else lost.
Honestly, he should have had a superhero role by now already. I think he has the physique for it. I think he has the acting chops for it. I think he has the charisma for it. So, I think it's kind of been a disservice to him that he hasn't had one yet. But maybe it's like, he's been waiting for the right role, and John Stewart could be that role.
You're sharing this pick with AJ.
I know.
He just adds that he needs more love out here. He can also play Jean Jones.
He doesn't need more love.
Okay.
You tell him, Trayvon. You tell him.
Also, now it's working, but the others.
This fits, okay? I don't know.
I like this pick very, very much.
I'm not saying it's not a bad. It's a good pick. I'm just saying.
It's not against Cameron. Don't do that.
Yes,
I love them both.
I'm holding it against you now.
Oh man,
I'll apologize to him if you want me to.
And Jake did it before. All these motherfuckers did it. He was doing it first.
Yeah, I love Rhodes. I think he can do it easy. My pick is a little bit older than him, I think. Again, just matching him up with Hal Jordan.
Why don't y'all pick people my age?
You see,
I'm not gonna lie. When I looked up Trevante Rhodes' age, I was so shocked that he.
I was surprised as well. Like that's
I thought he was upper. I thought he was upper 30.
I can't bring that one home. That's gonna leave some questions.
How old is he?
33.
Wow.
I thought he was like 35, 36. So not too much older, but 33 was like, whoa.
I was not thinking.
I just saw him in Mike. That was a good show too.
It was.
He's great. Love this pick. Panel thoughts.
Oh, love him. Yeah, he won. Yeah.
Okay, he won. Jamie.
Look at Joel. Joel's like, what the hell, man?
I don't think I've seen any of the projects that he's in.
Have you seen Moonlight?
Moonlight.
I need to.
No one asked.
Did you watch The Predator?
I've seen a Predator movie.
All right. Bird Box.
No.
She hasn't seen this, man. Let's just.
No. We're gonna United States versus Billie Holiday.
That's the last one I heard of that. No.
All right, that was the last.
I got Mike.
It don't matter.
Mike.
Just look at him. Pick him. That's it.
I want to see what the other options are, Trayvon, especially if they're closer to my age.
He had a
They're not.
Wikipedia, he had a
Calvin, now. Hold on.
He had a Calvin Klein ad. You can go watch that.
Fun with him.
Oh, wait, hold on.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Joel.
Yes.
Who's your Jon Stewart?
Jameson Idris. Snowfall fame.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that guy's ready to blow, and I can't wait. We gotta catch him while he's hot. Well, before he gets hot, honestly. Look at that man. I think yes, he's on the rise, brother. You gotta catch him now. They gotta do it now.
That's true.
Was he the one in Swarm? Yeah, you know what?
Yes,
I like
that was the what's Chloe's.
Wait.
Remember the first 5 minutes?
Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah,
You might be a little too young.
Wow.
How old is he?
I'll tell you right now. Give me a second.
He is 31.
There you go.
For me, shit.
Damn it.
31.
He's like
Black
25.
don't crack, man.
I'm loving all this.
Well, to be fair, yeah, that's why when I saw that Trevante Rhodes was 33, I was like, it fits. You know, he could have been anywhere from like 25 to like 45. Okay.
Somewhere in there,
right?
Man, that's gonna be difficult.
Snowfall. If you watch Snowfall, that's all you gotta watch.
It just would have been my Mr. Terrific pick if that wasn't already cast, personally. But I love him as Jon Stewart too.
Who is Mr. Terrific?
Damson. He was saying if
Damson.
he wasn't already.
That's not a bad one. It's not a bad one. I like this. Oh, damn, what's his name?
I can see.
Give me a second.
Damson could be, Hawkman if we don't get Aldous back,
Ooh. Aldous would be good as Jon Stewart.
It's funny that you mentioned that. Damn it. Here's my pick.
Shit. This is so difficult.
Aldous Hodge is my Green Lantern.
Oh man, he's supposed to come back as Hawkman.
You could do that, or it could be better, and he can be Jon Stewart. Because we're gonna just go. I don't think we should make a decision on Jon Stewart yet until we see Hal Jordan, because they're paired, right, in the Lantern show.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I picked Hodge as Jon Stewart specifically for the Hal Jordan, and I think their chemistry and their dynamic would be really fun.
Curious who you got.
So we're gonna move over to Hal. I can just show you my pick now and just go right into it. It's also Digi's pick.
Oh, double team.
Oh, not bad.
Glenn Powell as Hal Jordan.
Little on the nose.
Little on the nose, but I wasn't going to go with this, but I think his chemistry and his dynamic with Aldous Hodge is what really sold me on both of them in those respective roles. I love the kind of gravitas and sternness and leadership that Hodge brought to Hawkman. And I think combined with what Powell did in Top Gun Maverick and kind of the wisecracking a-hole that he played, but also when the moment was right, he stepped up, which is exactly like the epitome of Hal Jordan.
Correct.
So I think them working together in whatever that Lantern show is going to end up being is what sold me on both of them, because I think they'd be really fun together on screen, and they're like a year apart. So them being partners makes perfect sense.
I have nothing else to add about Glenn Powell with that, because Mike hit everything that I was going to already say on the nose. But I will speak to what made me pick them two together. I think that their dynamics will play really well against each other. And I'm not going to lie, I saw a fan pic that had them in their Lantern suits together, and it looked like, yo, this just cast it today.
Word.
I can share you guys the pic if you guys want to see it.
Send it on over.
Yes.
I'll pull it up.
Have an imagination.
No, it's cool. I'll send it. I'll send it over. I'll throw it in.
You're lucky Mike's running the show, because I would have said no. It's too late. We're already in the competition.
I had a little bit more evidence to, I had
swaying the vote.
Exactly.
I'm surprised you didn't send that in. With your picks.
I'm voting for an appeal.
No, I let Mike put in all the. I let him put in all the pictures. I didn't add any pictures.
Yeah, Mike did all the work here. I think Mike should also get extra votes for that.
Nah.
I could have got the ugliest, lowest res picks for everybody else, and I chose not to do that.
I mean, the Cameron Monaghan pick was not the greatest.
Could have been better, for real.
Yeah, he looked a little.
I put it in a private chat, Mike.
I was just
You see how that swayed the vote, Mike?
Just saying. A little bit.
I hate all of you. Okay. Joel, who's your Jon Stewart? I mean, who's your Hal Jordan this round?
Hal Jordan is a guy I've been wanting as Hal Jordan for a long time. And the reason I chose him is because I think it might be the way they've set it up. I think that he might be an older Hal Jordan. Not super old, but like older, right? And so I went with someone that just plays how I think could play Hal Jordan perfectly if given the right direction. And he's already part of the Warner Brothers family, and they love him. It's Chris Pine.
So much.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he would add. I mean, look at that man. I think obviously he looks older now, but at the time when I thought
Yeah,
they
I've
were
never
going to
seen him full grain.
Yeah, it's different there.
He's still he still is good.
I mean, he's a very good-looking man. It helps, right? He was great in the Dungeons and Dragons.
And he was. It was very good. That was very good.
Yeah, I think he can obviously be the lead and help bring attract people to come see. Right? Oh, fucking who? Chris Pine? Dope. I like that. And then working with a younger Jon Stewart, which at the beginning when they first mentioned it years ago, whether that was the plan, I didn't know if I liked that very much, but I think if anybody's going to do it, it would be Damson. And him and Chris, I think working together would be an interesting pairing as a true detective-esque duo. I think that'd be interesting.
I like this one a lot.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Wait,
hold
on for a second. Who had Javante?
I did.
Didge and AJ.
Okay.
Yeah,
Post the pic, Mike. Post the pic.
Messed up.
Yeah, we're gonna post the sabotaging pic. Come on, it's gonna sway votes because we got concept art already of it. That's all right.
It's fan art.
Sure, it's
It
still
is.
proof of concept. My point.
You can't even see it, man. It's too blurry.
Yeah, it's not clear enough. I can't tell.
Click the link. I sent you the link.
That could have been Jonathan Majors from this angle.
It does kind of look like him.
Dang.
But
yeah.
Let's see.
No, but I think Chris Pine would work really well.
That don't look like Javante to me.
I could say that.
Hey,
It
you can't
really
blame the
doesn't.
artist. Can't blame me for the artist.
Yeah, I mean, you're the one who hyped
You're
it and
submitting
dropped
this
it in
though.
here. Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
So
Chris
you gotta
Pine.
defend it.
Yeah, this is your fault,
Fine.
Didge. We would have never seen that. Chris Pine, though. So I feel like, of course, they dye the hair. I went with this pick because this is one of the more recent photos of him. This is what he actually looks like. I didn't get a pick from Wonder Woman years ago or Star Trek from years ago.
Oh, this picture is just fine. This picture is fine.
But yeah, if we're going older, for sure, I think he's got the chops. I mean, Steve Trevor was almost Hal Jordan anyway.
Yeah, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the way he sacrifices should have got a ring. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
just saying, should have came flying and saved him.
He deserved better. Yeah, so let's give him. Let's reward him for all those whys. Like,
that's very fair.
And then what the fuck was that in the second movie? So yeah, bring him back just to reward him for dealing with that.
Do you disapprove, Jamie?
Oh, the movie, the Wonder Woman 1984, always disapprove of that. I do like the pick though. I think it's interesting, and it's again like we don't know what direction they're going to go with these characters, whether they're going older or younger. And I think Chris Pine, I really like his performances and his projects, and recently D&D, the D&D movie. So yeah, I would definitely love to see him do something like this. I think he'd definitely be capable of it.
Other vote for Glenn Powell is Hal Jordan.
So Chris Pine might have got. I just remember the movie that he's in, Princess Diaries. Yeah, he might have got a little up, moved up for me.
I got one, maybe. I mean,
you never know till the end. You never know.
I hope you're writing down all of your picks, all of your votes, because I'm not tallying this up. I got too much going on.
I have an internal tally, and it's been pretty easy because I think you've won most of them, Mike, if not all of them so far.
I'm still competing under.
I'm gonna do a final review.
I appreciate that. So. This is AJ's. Another Top Gun Maverick alum, Miles Teller, Mr. Fant Four Stick himself.
No, on the nose.
Yeah, Rooster from Top Gun. I see it. AJ's note here says the only other person who can do this besides Glenn Powell. So I will just say to the judges, just vote for Glenn Powell.
Yeah, let me put it in his saying that who you should vote for.
Mouse, I guess he can do it.
He probably could, but he already said it.
Nah, not for Hal. It's his Geekly Goods. Yeah.
I agree.
I'm not sure for what. I don't know if it's Hal, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Him playing Mr. Fantastic. Well, I don't know if it was his performance, but the whole movie in general just left a bad taste in my mouth. So every time I've seen him since, it's like, even if his performance is great, just the initial, like, oh, he's in this film, I'm like, oh, gosh.
Have you seen Whiplash?
Do you do that with Michael B. Jordan?
Right?
Of course not. Of course not.
I'm just curious.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Not his
Rough for
fault.
him,
Well,
I like the first half of Fantastic.
he was more of a front man in the movie, too. I don't know. It was, I don't know, man. It's just, for some reason, it's his fault in my head.
That's fair, man.
Ouch.
For some reason, all
It's
the
the
blame.
studio's fault.
Yeah, I know. But just like whenever I see him, I'm like a little hesitant, I'm just like, oh man, he was in that really bad Fantastic Four movie. I don't know why. It's just, that's just the way my brain works. I'm not saying he's not a talented actor, because I've definitely seen him do some like really good stuff in other films, but
he loses points. I get it.
Yeah.
You don't get it, dude.
I do get
it.
Glenn Powell's the way to go. I'm just saying. That was my pick.
Our pick.
I was about to get there, but all right. Get defensive, Didge. I get it. You're competitive.
I think it depends.
Who are you voting for?
You're voting on
Chris
two.
Pine.
Don't forget that.
Chris Pine. So far.
Chris Pine?
Chris Pine for Hal.
Yeah.
Did you settle on a John Stewart yet?
Think about it. Just think about it.
You can keep that in your.
I kind of like.
We don't need your vote now.
I like Aldous for John. But I know that's not y'all pairings. So
I think it can work well with Chris Pine too. Chris Pine has chemistry with everybody.
that'd be fun, especially after seeing Chris Pine in.
You don't have to vote him by pairings.
Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm splitting the vote here.
Yeah. This one I saw it in how he acted in Dungeons and Dragons. I could he can play off of people really well. I think it'd be fun to see.
Yeah, we went through John Stewart. I'll run through him again for you.
Yeah, I think I'll also go Aldous for Jonathan. Then I think I'm gonna pick Glenn for Hal.
I disqualify Aldous only because he already voiced John in the animated movie too.
That I didn't know. That's new information to me.
That might help with James Gunn.
That might hurt.
It might hurt, yeah. He did the most recent one where he was the lead.
Just think.
We're going through them again, just in case the folks watching missed it.
Yeah.
Did your pick?
Yeah, Trevante Rhodes, again, like I said, it's a disservice to him that he hasn't been something yet. And according to Trayvon and Jamie, this disservice continues tonight.
They could now.
Sorry.
Listen, I signed NDAs. Anyway, but yeah, good job.
I don't know.
It's been your pick one last time.
It's hard to say with the direction. Like, I don't know what direction. I'm just going like classically what fits in my head, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep, I get it.
Geekly Goods gets it.
Heroes.
I
I've got to go to Superman Legacy.
Or maybe it's
not
both.
No.
Sorry, you kind of broke up there. Can you repeat that?
Oh, I was saying with Geekly Goods, I'm not sure if he was talking about one of the picks or two of the picks, but either way, you know.
Yeah, you know.
He was talking about Aldous right before it, so I think he meant Aldous.
I think that's why he meant Trevante, because Trevante showed up after that. And he was like, I love that.
You got to know Jameson. You got to watch Snowfall.
He's great. He's great. Got to fill in the one.
Goods gets it.
Legacy. Trevante is great. I'm going to be real, guys. For all of the Lanterns, I love all of them. If all of them,
I'm not going to be mad regardless.
All of them. It just depends
talk about
on where they're going.
We got to talk about Jimmy Olsen. Get this out the way.
Oh, let's do it.
Joel, who's your Jimmy? And this is an interesting one because we actually have Superman and Lois Lane and like trying to figure out the actor to fit that dynamic, especially my adventures with Superman, highlighting those three characters. What was the thought process? Who did you go with? What's up with Jimmy Olsen?
I went with, I believe his name is Chris Perfetti from Abbott Elementary. Yeah, I don't know, but he gives me like Jimmy Olsen vibes. Like, if you watch the show, I think even then he just fits it. He'd be a little bit older, but I still think it works. I think
he play even better.
Right, like he won't have to play like a little buddy. They're like co-workers or something like that. Like you don't have to play it like that.
And he still has the Jimmy energy. Right,
and he looks, and he looks young. I didn't know he was as old as he was, honestly. So that young energy. But I thought it was me and Didge that had the same idea. So that's a great show. Like Abbott Elementary. If you haven't watched it, check that out.
Perfection.
And he's really funny in it.
Yeah, I think he plays like the almost geeky sidekick type look, and I think that's where it went to it for me. I was honestly shocked that Joel picked it as well. So I was like, oh man, someone else needs the vision.
I thought
maybe Didge was get a point.
That's what both y'all got him. Okay, all right.
Yeah, both did well.
Yeah.
All right.
I like it.
Trevon, have you seen Abbott?
First season.
Okay. Well, you're still familiar with them.
It's too much content out here. It's not any.
There's a lot of content.
It's not stuck to the show. It's just too much going on out here. So
not for long. You got time now.
Yeah.
Gotta slow down soon.
It's gonna be time to get to the streets. But anyway, so this is Abbott Elementary. I like the show.
Oh.
He is.
That is where you reallocate your time.
Absolutely.
That's fair.
But yeah, I mean he'll be cool. I'm curious to see the other choices.
Yeah,
it's not many. This one's shared.
He's a good choice. So we'll see. I mean, let's see if anybody else makes anything better.
Curious.
Yeah, let's see what the competition is.
Well, one is a very familiar face and name, but you're not gonna really care too much, Trayvon. Joe Keery. This is AJ's pick.
Disqualified. Well,
yeah.
right,
this is AJ's pick.
AJ's pick. Yeah. He's got the awkwardness and silliness of Jimmy Olsen. Him in Stranger Things is a perfect example of this. This is what AJ said.
I feel like he kind of plays a little cool though.
Right.
He's a little too cool. Yeah.
A little too cool.
Yeah.
Too cool for school.
Got the
I don't
Andrew
know.
as
Geekly
Peter
Goods
Parker
likes
vibe.
it.
I could see him playing more like geeky and like contained. But I mean, we already have somebody that we've seen play like the geeky kind of role, so that's tough. That's tough for Joe.
It is.
And then Trayvon just said no, so you know.
Well, Joe's already disqualified. Mine's, I fully expected to. If we made this competition last second, but as soon as we did, I knew I was going to lose this round because while I love my pick, I don't know how well this will go over. This is my pick. We're going to gender bend Jimmy. And we're going to go with Sophia Lillis. You may know her from Dungeons and Dragons. I just think her energy, her personality fits what Jimmy would be. I also think her being on the younger side also fits the Daily Planet vibe. Like she's like 24, I think. So it's still, yeah. So that would still make her younger than Corn Sweat, younger than Brosnahan. And I think that dynamic between the three of them at the Daily Planet could still really work. But yeah, I went completely different from what Jimmy Olsen is in the comics. But I think she has the vibes and the energy for it.
Let's be real. Like, you got the one that looks closest to Jimmy.
Somehow I pulled that off too, you know?
Woman or not, that looks way more like Jimmy than the rest of our picks. But
so
don't hate it.
I like picking underdogs. So I loved her in Dungeons and Dragons. So I'm going to pick her.
Yep. Shout out to Zack Snyder for introducing us to Jenny Olsen in Man of Steel, by the way. Let's just keep it going.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're doing,
yeah,
Mike.
More cool points. Sure
oh, I know what you're doing there with that, Mike.
Oh, Mike, that's some bullshit right there.
That was some major bullshit. Oh.
That's kind of tough, man. That's kind of interesting.
Also, okay, let me say this, Joel. Cameron has so much going on. I don't feel like he needs this. Like, just like
it helps.
Look, he's very talented, yes, but I'm like, he has all the
Cameron
things.
Can get a big role. He don't have to worry about.
I need Cal Kestis live action.
Cal Kestis will be live action. We got to remember, look at Star Wars right now. What do you like from Star Wars right now?
Hey, not too much on Star Wars.
I'm just trying to help Trayvon.
No. Take it easy.
I love the lengths you guys are going for this meaningless competition. Like, there's no money involved. Nobody's getting a gift card. Y'all are slitting throats for no reason.
I'm helping people think. I'm like, how long has it been since you watched Brokeback Mountain? You should go back and watch it tonight.
This is interesting.
I did see a clip from that other day.
Yeah, Joe was geeky and free guy. We talked about that a little bit earlier.
I don't even remember he was in that movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Neither did I until it was brought up.
Yeah,
that was too cool for this role. I don't know.
Yeah,
appreciate it. And yeah, Ahsoka looks fun. So yeah, let's lay off Star Wars.
Ahsoka looks great. I'm not hating. I'm just saying. I'm talking about Trayvon. Don't asking me.
Oh yeah, I understand. I know how the game is played.
Yeah. What do you like right now? I'm just saying, do you trust them? Do you trust them?
I love this.
Oh man,
I'm trying to find.
Can't go by what I like. I like.
What was her name again, Mike?
Sophia Lillis. She was also in It.
She was in It. She was great in It.
Oh wait.
She's younger than I thought. She's 21, which again still fits.
Baby.
Look, she'd be an intern. Intern's not going to be hanging out with Clark Kent.
True.
I mean, if the intern is the photographer, why not?
No, they don't do a photographer interns with Clark Kent.
Yeah, I think I'm going with Sophia as well.
Oh, look, that's just whatever trade.
It was close, Stitch. It was close.
The gamble with Wally West and Jimmy Olsen is paying off. I appreciate it. You guys see the vision. You guys see the vision.
Because they don't know the original vision. It's the only thing they can see.
Yep. So I'm doing this out of protest.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, if I'll say it came in second place.
I'm appealing every decision.
We got one more roll though. We're getting back to the heroes.
This is
back to the
all or nothing. This one roll.
This one was my biggest gamble. This one is the one.
Okay, maybe you'll win then. Maybe you'll win. You spice it up.
I don't even remember.
Joel,
What
you
is
don't
this
remember your pick?
I don't know what character.
Supergirl.
Yeah,
Supergirl. Oh yeah, I remember now.
Oh,
good. I was about to say that would be really bad.
Right?
I'm gonna get AJ's done over here so we can wrap his up. He's not here to defend himself, so we're just gonna get through his last pick and we can talk about it. So he chose for his Supergirl. I actually really like this one. He chose Saoirse Ronan.
Right.
He says she just has pure talent that others don't. She can do anything. She can do no wrong.
I don't know who this is.
She is in Little Women and Lady Bird, and she is like Greta Gerwig's favorite actress to work with, which is who I want to direct Supergirl. So I love this pick. I think those two can make a fun movie. But yeah, she's in a lot of more indie movies. So if you haven't seen Little Women and Lady Bird and that stuff, you probably haven't really seen her in a lot.
Yeah. Oh, she was in the French Dispatch. She looked familiar.
Oh yeah, she was.
Look at that.
Another indie movie, technically. Leo just says, nah. Oof.
I feel like you could have picked a better picture. I'm not sure about this image of her right now.
Mine is more of an unknown.
I don't know what y'all want me to do. I'm trying to find the best pictures I can. They're either low res, or they're awkward positions, or they're weird angles.
I'm just saying right now, if I'm sitting at the casting table, I get her picture. I'm like, I don't know.
This is the headshot you'd get. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I want to pick.
I would hope not now. But yeah, I'm sure she's fantastic.
Let's see what's the competition looking like. Let's see who she's got to beat.
Where's she from? I mean, what's her age? That's what I meant. Sorry.
That I don't have written down, but I can Google that right quick.
See, Get Good Goods gets it. I wasn't there on that one.
Just because you got blonde hair don't make you Supergirl. I'm just saying.
She is 29.
Wow, she's older than I was expecting. All right, cool.
Make those lyrics. Just because you got blonde hair doesn't make you Supergirl.
She's like a year younger than David Corn Sweat.
I still did though. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess we gotta pass AJ's on by.
Yep.
You don't have to vote now. Just
stuck with Sasha.
Just gonna move on. Did you were already talking about your pick?
Yeah. So my pick is very out there. I saw her for the first time in a movie called Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, where it was very action filled. The second time I saw her was watching Les Miserables, and then the third time I saw her, and I didn't even watch the full series, was in Willow. And each time, I really liked Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, and I really liked Les Miserables. But I wasn't a huge fan of Willow, but her acting in it was amazing. The story they're telling for Supergirl is a lot about the journey, and that was definitely what her character was on. I chose Ellie Bamber.
She was the okay. She was
she was the princess.
She was like a
her main
chosen one.
Yeah, but
she didn't know that. Yeah. Her journey was that she was kind of like they were hiding her or whatever the fuck, and then she finds out that she was the chosen one or whatever. Yeah. All right. Now you're talking about that.
Yeah, I stopped watching this show after like 2 episodes.
She was the one that was doing the prince.
She's in Barbie, apparently.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
Good for her. That means she got a big role already, so she'll need this.
That's not what that means at all. But all right,
at all.
She might be a background Barbie. I don't know.
Geekly Goods, to your point, I would have loved to have Sasha Kaye return, but Our
For
lovely host forced me to pick someone different.
Right,
I
For
think
the
that
sake
ship has
of this
failed.
experiment, Sasha
Right.
was not on the table.
Right.
But yeah,
This is
she's the number one
recasting.
pick for just about everybody here.
Yeah, it was a recast thing.
Yeah. I like this one a lot.
Not bad.
This was probably the one I probably struggled with the most, was trying to figure out Supergirl.
It's
Oh,
hard.
for sure.
It's hard.
But yeah, I
And
did
she's
this
younger.
one.
And she's younger than Corn Sweat, so that also helps.
That also is what made this very hard too.
Oh,
Shouldn't she be older?
No, because she's
Genetically, she's
Yeah,
older, but
because
she
she
don't
was-
look older.
Yeah, because of like the
That's
whole
true.
family.
That is true.
She's suspended in
That is
time, so
true.
like
Right. So
she's
she's
technically
like a-
30, but she looks like she's like 16.
Yeah, so
Right.
chronologically,
That's
we're
happening in
good.
Supergirl, the show as well. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I've seen Melissa Benoist for a long time, so it's kind of hard for me.
Hey, I get it, man.
I feel like I have to wait until I see all the options to pick one.
All right then, Joel, who you
Hey,
got?
Well, I chose Isabel May. No, she's very much an unknown. You probably wouldn't recognize it from much, but she's. I remember she was in Young Sheldon. She was in 1883. She was the main daughter in that. She's the moderator for that show and the 19 one.
I hated both of those.
Oh, they're good shows. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I
but-
hated both of those.
They're great
Ooh,
shows.
on to something there now.
Yeah, I like her. She was already casted at one point to be in that fucking Wonder Twins movie that they never got made. That got canceled. So she's on their radar. I know that much. And she's like 22 or some shit. So she's around the age range.
Yep.
For the Supergirl story they're trying to tell. If they stick closely to it, where she was turning 18 or some shit.
She was turning 21 in that story.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Oh, even closer than I thought. Look at that.
Yep.
So yeah, I just figured like she's I think she's really talented, and I think she's someone to keep an eye on
Mhm.
I like it.
for the future.
Yeah, it's not a bad pick. She acted well in both of those. Like I've seen a lot of episodes of 1883 and 1923, but I get bored every time. Always try to go back and rewatch it.
1883, the way it ends too is kind of sad, but
Is it?
Yeah, it is. And 1923, they're both good. It's obviously like a big gap between the two of them. So, but she moderates both of them.
It's just I don't know. I'd always try to give it a chance, just because like somebody else said, "Oh, it's really good. You got to just power through it." And I swear I stop at like the same part. We're just like, I can't do this.
I don't know, man. It works for me. Both of them, and I like Yellowstone too, so it works out.
Fair.
Yeah. She's definitely great in 1883. That's really the only thing I've seen her in. But that is still enough to get a read that she's very talented.
Right.
You didn't watch Run, Hide, Fight? I did actually watch that and didn't realize that was her until just now. So I was looking at her like her filmography, and I was like, oh shit, that was her.
I ever saw that one. Is it good?
It's
No.
Okay.
no.
Well, glad I haven't watched it. Back in the
reason.
comments. Thank God that Wonder Twins thing didn't happen.
Thank God for her, honestly, because it was her and the dude from Archie from
Yeah, Riverdale.
Oh,
They KJ Appa. Yeah, they both got casted as the Wonder Twins. And
I thought
It
about
didn't
him
work
for
out.
some roles.
I mean, he's another person they like to cast for Wally because of his fucking fake red hair. So imagine.
Amazing.
Oh damn! I didn't know his thing was fake. Just thought about it.
You know,
So
he's
is
half
that
Samoan.
bad? Is he really?
No, what?
Yeah, he's half Samoan.
He does not look
His
Samoan.
father's a high chief or whatever.
Wow.
His father's half did not shine through at all. In it.
At
Wow,
all.
surprisingly. No.
I-
Oh,
Hey.
actually, in this picture, I could see it.
Oh, you're looking at him now. Yeah, he is.
I hate how in sync Geekly Goods and I are in because he stole my pick.
She would be great, honestly.
That's the choice. That's it. Yep.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
We didn't even hear anything. Protest. I'm appealing all of this.
Yeah,
We need-
you're a terrible judge.
Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. There you go. That's all you need to know. She's
Boom. That's it.
Appeal. He knew who his judges were.
Yeah.
You knew who your judges were too.
You appealed to the audience.
I
didn't know it was a competition.
Right. Nobody did.
Neither did I, honestly.
She was in a witch show. I'm sorry. That's it.
Appeal.
And she was the witch. She was the witch.
I'm going to put her in a witch show. Isabel, what's her get her number and get her a job.
Well, Ellie did magic in Willow.
She's 20.
She did do magic.
I wish she could play down a little bit. Yeah. I gotta
say, out of all of them, I don't think I really have seen any of the projects that any of these people have been.
For Supergirl?
For Supergirl. But out of all of them, I think Curtin Shipka has the look the most. I think, maybe. At least that picture. I don't see. It's these damn pictures. These pictures are swaying me. Yeah, like see.
She has the look for sure.
I see it.
Joel, you're supposed to be on my side as we protest.
I mean, I'm
against Mike.
What's her name again? I forgot her name. Because I know her from Mad Men too. She was a little girl.
Yeah.
Kiernan is her name.
Yeah.
I remember, and she was good in She also showed up on Riverdale a couple times. I recognize her from that.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for her.
No,
that was very unfortunate for her.
I didn't see her on Riverdale. So.
I watched Riverdale. I stopped like season 4, and it was
the last 2 seasons.
It got more and more ridiculous.
It gets even more ridiculous. Doesn't mean
I bet.
I'm
gonna definitely go back to the show.
It gets crazy. They have powers now, Trayvon. At one
I know.
point.
You would really enjoy the mess of what the rest of that show becomes. Honestly.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's a fucking good mess.
I've seen quite a few of the seasons. Yeah, they went there.
It's ridiculous, but it's not. It never truly like lost me because
it lost me. I only made it to season 4 because I used to watch it with my cousin. And by season 4, I was just like, bro, I can't do this with you anymore. I can't. We used to literally meet up to watch it.
Yeah, I never did that, but it was still interesting.
I like to hang out with my cousin,
I do too. I get it.
You had to pick a new show, or it was just over after that?
No, we just started watching random stuff.
We didn't just watch like Flash or Legends of Tomorrow. Like those are all airing at the same time.
You don't watch it, do you? I'm surprised we watched everything.
We would watch. It was just something that like we weren't already watching.
I'm sorry.
Word.
Just how you think I felt? He got sold into it, and it was man, we should watch it. And I was so mad.
That's rough, buddy.
I wasn't that bad. Relax.
It was awful. First season, he was sleeping with the teacher, and I was like, "What is this?"
This is not what you expected. Obviously, a lot of the newer Archie comics aren't.
He was living life.
He was doing a lot.
He was
too much.
Literally doing a lot.
That is true.
Okay, back on topic. Trayvon, Jamie, you have seen all the pics, all the characters.
Oh, this is all of it. Okay.
Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Green Lanterns 1 and 2, Jimmy Olsen, and Supergirl. Where y'all at? Who are your picks? What stood out for you? That was me, Geekly Goods.
So you just want to run down my list of each one?
Yeah, you said you wrote them down, right?
Yeah,
I'm doing my final review.
Doing his final. Let him do his thing.
I'm doing final review.
If we had an ad, I'd cut to a commercial, but we don't. We are not.
No, it's fine. I'll do is go down this list. I know who I'm picking. All right, so for Batman, Jensen Ackles, Wonder Woman, Moon Knight Girl, The Flash, Shamik, Jon Stewart, Aldous Hodge, Hal Jordan, Chris Pine.
I went with Glenn Powell.
Jimmy Olsen, or whatever the name would be, Sophia Lillis, and Supergirl, Kenan Shipka.
Yep. All but one we matched.
I almost swept. My God.
Yep.
I appeal because Mike saw our choices. We never saw his. I appeal.
That is true.
Also true.
Interesting.
That's kind of the byproduct of me having to put the slides together. But if you want a third party to put the slides together next time,
he didn't drop his picks in the group.
Maybe next time.
Okay, I win nothing, but yeah.
See, that's why he turned it into a competition because
Right?
he knew.
Doesn't it all
He
seem
knew.
It was really to give you and
We
Trayvon
had the
something
best
to do without just
pictures.
sitting
He
here.
knew you were competing.
I appreciate it, Mike. I appreciate
He
it.
knew where he was showing.
It was fun.
It's all starting to come together, guys.
It's okay.
We've got, you know what? Next time we'll do this again. We'll get a new list of characters. We'll do it again.
I want new judges. Jamie, you're cool. Trayvon,
Jamie is
Wow.
you hurt me deep today, man. You hurt me deep.
Make better choices. What?
Watch more shows. Oh, watch more
choices.
shows. Oh, Lord.
Dude,
Right.
you can't come for the judges, man.
To that comment,
This is gonna hurt you.
I
Next
feel like
time,
I've
you know that,
watched
right?
I said
less
Jamie
than
was
Trayvon
cool.
has, though.
You
And
weren't as vocal. Trayvon hurt me deeply with some of his comments.
That is true.
But that's
I
usual.
can't help on
I know
watch
it
Stranger
is.
Things. Sorry.
You're always gonna get a little disrespect in there.
This was fun though. The competition made it a lot better.
Yeah, it was fun.
I stand by my damn picks.
Oh, I do too. I stand by mine.
I would kind of like a redo of the Flash because I feel like the Flash we were kind of iffy on.
No.
I don't know if he could ever.
Listen, I
We
love
need
my
somebody
Flash
who's a
pick,
super
but
big
all right.
Flash fan.
If only we knew somebody who was a super big Flash fan that works at this channel who couldn't make the stream today. You know what? We're gonna get Brandon to make his own video. How about that?
There we go.
There you go.
He can
So I
judge
do
all
like
of these.
Shamik, but you said Shamik was Wallace, so I'd be curious for Barry. If they start with Barry, who knows?
Sure. You know
Wallace
what?
or Wally?
Barry's dead.
Barry's dead.
They might. I mean,
He don't gotta be dead.
He did.
Right.
He's
Well,
dead
that's
to
what-
us.
they dead to
Force
them,
ability.
maybe.
Young
Because you don't know where he
Justice
went.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
a way
But
to
Trayvon
avoid
just
all
wants
the
him dead.
mess.
I mean,
I mean,
he
just so it avoids all the mess.
Let's be
Just
real though.
dead.
Wally disappeared in the Johnny Young Justice.
Change it around.
Young Justice pissed me up. Wally disappears because he's the slowest Flash. Get out of
Right.
here, man.
Yeah.
Barry
The
ran into,
slowest Flash, Wally West. That would make no sense. I hate
No.
Barry ran into Speed Force and got stuck into that bubble that we saw in the Flash movie. There you go.
Oh, let's not bring that back.
And that's it. He's
Let's
stuck.
not
Oh,
bring that.
no.
Let's not bring that bubble back.
That's it.
Boo.
Was there anything else, guys, you wanted to cover before we call it a night?
Last time we got together was the Activision deal over. It's
Ooh.
all a blur with that. Talking about that,
I
honestly.
don't think it was.
No, I think it was
That was
right
a
before the
Wednesday.
gaming.
And that was
No, let's talk about that real quick because I'm mad at Microsoft because
Oh,
it was your time. It was your time to be petty, and I was ready for it. I was so excited. I was like, oh, "This is the only thing I was looking forward to." I said, "If they won, the pettiness would turn up." And then you announce a deal. What is wrong with y'all? Do you understand how much fun you could have had with this?
They know.
You
If
coulda-
they didn't have that
coulda
deal,
burned
they
the
have a lot
hell out of
harder
something.
time, man. They have a lot harder time locking things down. But I do feel like the pettiness will come after like the 10 years, and they're like, "All right, so we're gonna renew, right?" And Microsoft like, ha, "That's funny."
No, just don't
No.
like. I just don't like. Just don't say nothing. Let them panic for a little
So-
while. Like after you won, just
They were
don't say nothing.
panicking for like a year at this point.
Well, I'm
I don't
saying
know.
2 years, man.
Now that the deal is done, be like, we have the power now. So panic until we feel like telling you can have a game again. Like that. That's what I wanted. I just wanted
So
that.
I read, I don't know where I read this. It may have been The Verge or IGN, but it was basically saying like everything Microsoft was saying all this time. Now that they've said it in court, they kind of had to stick to it, even if they didn't want to.
Yeah.
By coming out and saying 10 years of Call of Duty on Switch, and we want to do that with PlayStation. They then had to, even though after all this they don't want to, they had to give it to PlayStation.
They can
and
put
so-
mobile on the Switch.
And I mean, if you
That
think
don't
about it, like it would be kind of dumb not to put it on other consoles anyway, because that's just revenue you're taking away from yourself.
This
Just to be
is
petty,
true.
you know. Like, does the
I mean,
pettiness beat the need to be rich?
I'm not
Like,
saying they wouldn't still do it. Just let them sweat a little bit for a little. Just
see,
a little
how about this?
Make,
How about
make
this?
Sony do some shit to like up themselves, like make them
Buy
make them
something
do some-
else.
Yeah, make
You
them
know
do
how
something.
Avengers
We'll
has
do it.
Spider-Man and like every other platform didn't get Spider-Man? What if they do something like that for Microsoft and Call of
Like
Duty?
what?
I mean,
I said they should get DC
Homelander
exclusivity or something.
I was gonna say The
They
Boys,
better
but
not
they already
fucking
put The Boys in there, so I'm like, I don't know. Maybe Invincible. I don't know, something random. They did Attack on Titan a few months ago. They would pick something random and it would work.
Just
so,
throw the
you know.
Master Chief in there. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, he's not doing
It'll
anything
fit.
else, so
Yeah.
He's not.
put him in Call of Duty.
That's fine if people cared about Master Chief.
Ooh.
Like,
The true
I mean, people
problem.
do. People do.
We need a more like the Spider-Man thing caused hell. You know, like, you ain't getting them.
Yeah.
Wasn't a big deal.
You know,
I don't know. I don't know who you would pick.
they need a
That
DC
would make
exclusivity.
sense.
Do not. Do not.
It'll
You
be so interesting.
They have one fucking character. You don't give away a whole universe for that.
I didn't say whole universe. Pick a
You
character.
said DC.
Well, I did, but pick a character from DC. How about
No,
that?
not yet.
The level of like Spider-Man is the Marvel character. That's the thing. That's kind of crazy. So like,
Yeah.
would Batman be exclusive to
Don't
Xbox?
do that.
That would be.
I honestly was thinking of. Yeah, that would be something.
The only
They did
reason it's Sony is because of those fucking movie rights. It's just this whole weird deal that they made. Ugh. Yuck.
The Halo show has some good parts in it.
Parts.
I mean,
the only thing.
Yes, it had some good parts.
I would talk about Halo show. I don't think we get to that.
Overall, though,
You mentioned
Talk about
Master
Master
Chief.
Chief.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in a
the
game.
Halo show was horrible. I actually watched the series twice, which I did not ever think I was going to do until I had to review it. And I'm like, shit, it's been a few months. So I went back and watched it. Not as bad as I originally thought it was, but still, like,
Not good.
I hope they don't cancel season 2 because I want to see like what makes this worth it. Because if it's just the one season, I'm like, what have you done? What have you done? If they can like kind of
beauty.
No, we don't. That's not what Halo's about. we don't. You know,
Work
we
for
already
me.
got everything we needed. Beauty.
I mean, his suit looked good. That was
It did.
that's
The action was cool too, though. The noises.
Yeah.
Some of it was.
It
fun.
was
Yeah, when they went
dry.
with action, it was full on. It was.
It
It
was dry. He was
had
more dry.
moments. Had moments. Like in the first episode.
All right,
or whatever.
Trayvon. That's not the dry eye, man.
You said it.
I thought
You know
we
how
were
my
just going to
mind
ignore
works.
that.
No,
You know
man.
how my mind works. You
No,
said it. It's your fault.
dry.
Okay.
It's not the dry eye.
You didn't hear what I said, did you? I'll say it again.
No.
No, you don't need to.
It's all right. It's
You
all
don't
right.
need to.
I was asleep on episode 2.
I can't speak about it. I sleep through
I
anything.
probably did fall asleep on an episode, but to be fair, I fall asleep on a lot of shows that I watch.
Right, I'm the same. I can't say falling asleep is a bad thing because I can like a show and fall asleep.
That's true.
Yeah, it depends on how tired I
That's true.
am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm tired. I am tired. Go fuck how good it is.
I feel like I'm less likely to probably have fallen asleep for Halo because I was mad the whole first season. I was very upset for a lot of the season, so heart rate was high. Second time, maybe. That's possible. But yeah, the deal, well, I can't say, nobody can really say it went through. But as far as where the progress with the FTC, Jimmy Whack, it hurts to talk about. But the deal with the FTC, so it seems like they're kind of cooling off. They are kind of opening the floodgates to let things go through. But I think the deal got an extension. It is either today or yesterday because now Microsoft is in negotiation with the CMA, which is the Consumer something British committee.
I'll look it up real quick.
The ones who forced Apple to start using USB Type-C.
No, that was the EU.
Okay.
The EU.
EU gets stuff done, man.
Yeah. The CMA is the Competition and Markets Authority.
Competition and Markets Authority. That's what I said. But yeah, they're like talking with them right now, and it's looking like this deal will go through globally, but it still might be dragged out for like at least a month or so. So I don't know. Things are kind of looking up for Microsoft right now, though, and I'm like, I'll take the W's where you can get them, because once we start getting closer to September, it starts getting scary because Starfield is supposed to come out. And they've even got me kind of rooting for it now. So if it flops, it's like, it's over. It's just gonna be over after that, unless that deal goes through. In which case, you just gotta lean on Call of Duty for a little while. But
yay.
There was a rumor on Reddit that PlayStation is supposed to be acquiring a company, and the leaker just said like PXS. So a lot of people are thinking Square Enix, and I was honestly like, wait, they didn't acquire Square Enix already? But
I thought they had talked to them about trying to.
Their games go straight to.
Yeah, most of the games go straight to PlayStation. So I'm like, why not just acquire them at this point? Just solidify it.
Not against it.
Question. Geekly Goods poses a good one in the comments here. Do y'all think Starfield is about to flop?
Yep.
For me, yes.
Flop? No, because it's going to be on Game Pass. So I don't think sales are going to matter. In terms of critical, how good it's going to be.
For Redfall.
Well, that came because of critical.
Just saying.
They said that game was trash. And
the World's End did it's gonna be the same result. I'm saying.
I mean, if they can explain how, if they can have more life on these planets, I'll feel more confident. But that planet life thing is kind of scary.
Yeah, I think sales wise, I'm not sure that it will be like one of the top games of the year. Like, I think it'll probably do well enough, but I don't think it's gonna hit the targets that Microsoft probably wants it to hit. As far as like what the critics or like the players will think, from what I've seen, if they can just deliver on that footage and it not be a buggy miss, as Bethesda's notorious for delivering at times.
That's my thing. I don't know if it won't be buggy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
I think if they can just deliver on the footage we've seen so far, I think that it will be at least like a 6 or 7 out of 10 game. I think they would be fine.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Well, I said at least. I don't know, but at least that.
So to answer both questions about sales, it's like streaming. I don't know what that matters on Game Pass. Like, what does a success on Game Pass look like? Does it look like how many new people signed up? How many people played? I don't know, so I can't really confirm that. Critically, I just am very iffy because, like Jamie was just saying, the games always debut full of bugs, kind of glitchy. So even if it ends up being a 10 out of 10 7 months from now, it may not actually start that way. And so I feel like all of the chips on the board are being pushed towards Starfield. Starfield has to deliver. And I don't know if it'll be the hit that they need it to. It might be a good game. So yeah, it being in that 7-8 range, that would be good at most times. But for Microsoft, they need it to be a 10. And I don't know if it'll be.
I don't think it's going to be a 10 at all.
A 9 or something. Well, I don't know. It depends, because I'm also like, this is a little bit of uncharted territory for me because I've never played Skyrim, and like I won't say only, but the Bethesda game that I played that comes to mind is Hi-Fi Rush, and that's like barely Bethesda. So it's like,
Fallout 76 broke me.
I can see it. So yeah, I guess we'll have to see. I'm really hoping the best because, again, like everybody has said, Microsoft really needs this win.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll just have to see. I'm hoping like maybe they'll do some kind of a demo period with influencers or something like Tears of the Kingdom surprisingly did. I was surprised Nintendo even like was like, yeah, come try our game out. Like I was like, that's unheard of for me. So maybe they will do the same thing with some influencers, reviewers, like gaming content creators, and they can kind of put the word out as to whether or not they think it's good or bad, which in a way could kind of create another Cyberpunk situation.
What's the release date? What's the release date again?
September 19th?
I thought it was early because the new.
No idea.
Do you actually think it's coming out that day?
For their hope, it better.
September 6th. Yeah, September 6th. So yeah, I don't know. Sales is questionable, but I feel like people will generally like it. I don't know if they'll love it, but I think they'll generally like it.
Nothing's gonna outsell The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Probably, yeah.
Spider-Man is coming.
That is also true.
I don't think it's gonna bump Tears of the Kingdom though.
I do.
I think it'll be kind of tough to do that at this point.
Spider-Man's gonna sell a lot. Like Spider-Man is selling consoles. People are buying PS5s just for Spider-Man.
Right.
But the Switch is already the third highest selling console of all time. So
think about this. June, the Switch has sold more units than it's ever sold in its whole lifetime. This past June. So
yeah.
Like the Switch they're just now
because of Zelda, or is that because of the Mario games?
It's probably a little bit of Zelda and just the fact that the Switch is like a pretty popular console.
I know last time they revealed this stat, I'm sure it's changed since then, but I think it said 70% of Switch owners had Breath of the Wild. And so I know 70% of Switch owners have not bought Tears of the Kingdom yet, of course. But if it gets anywhere near that number by the end of the year, where it's 50% of people who own a Switch own Zelda, nothing's passing that, Right. But we'll see. Spider-Man's going to do great, though. It's going to be PlayStation.
Yeah, I think it'll perform well, for sure.
As of end of May, it wasn't the best-selling game of the year.
What is?
Yeah.
Hogwarts Legacy is still the best-selling game of the year.
Yeah, Hogwarts has sold so much.
Oh, I love to hear that. I like that. That's cute. Now give us a fucking DLC. Anyway, that's fine.
Damn.
Really? That's the last F-bomb of the show. You broke the PG-13 rating right there.
I didn't know we had one of those. Should have told me. Sorry.
No, that was the only one we got.
I'm sure me and Joel probably didn't help.
I'm pretty sure somebody pissed me off at some point.
Oh man, but yeah, as far as Activision Blizzard goes, yay! I'm glad it's over. I didn't care. This was been 2 years of drama.
It's kind of wrapping. It's not over.
Jamie, let me have this. It's over.
All right,
it's done. We'll never talk about this again.
Yeah. As long as they don't mess with my Diablo, I'm good. Whatever they do is fine.
Your Diablo wasn't in the contract though. That's the scary part.
No.
That's why I don't want them fucking with my Diablo.
I don't know if I agree that Spider-Man 2 might not sell more. I think Spider-Man, the first one, might have sold more than Breath of the Wild. And I don't know if there's any reason to assume that the sequel of one won't outsell the sequel of the other.
See, here's the thing for me. And it's I'm biased. Everybody knows I'm biased. But also, it's I guess maybe I wasn't as present on Twitter or other forms of social media when Breath of the Wild came out, but I have not seen the reception for Tears of the Kingdom online kind of matches what was happening with Elden Ring for me, which is why I'm even if it does happen to outsell, or if Spider-Man 2 happens to outsell Tears of the Kingdom, I still feel I still feel like Tears of the Kingdom will be kind of a dominating force in the conversations.
I mean, they're both going to sell like crazy.
Yeah.
My thing with Spider-Man 2 is that's a PS5 exclusive, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That is probably why Zelda would win, because if it was on PS4, which is also one of the biggest, most selling consoles of all time, way bigger audience. I don't know if there's enough PS5s in the wild yet for it to pass all of the Switches that probably.
Is it just PS5 or is it PC as well?
It's PS5 at launch, but I think that's sort of. I mean, it was just PS4 at that time when.
Yeah.
Right, but the PS4 was 5 years old when it came out. That's my point. I don't know if there's enough PS5.
It'll be 4 years old. Unfortunately,
I bought a PlayStation 4 just for the Spider-Man, the first one.
Some people converted because of Spider-Man. Trayvon.
I do think I don't know for sure. I'm just thinking I do think a lot of people will buy specifically for that game. To their point of a lot of people bought for the first one, and for as tough as they are still to make it, I think you still can get it pretty easily. I also don't know if anything's catching Hogwarts at this point.
Yeah,
doesn't it still have another system to come out on?
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Switch.
That ain't happening.
Did it?
They didn't delay that like 3 or 4 times. They need to go ahead, rip the band-aid off, and just be like, it's canceled. Just go ahead and do it.
Well, maybe not.
Nothing's catching Hogwarts. But
I didn't know Hogwarts was selling until I looked it up.
What? Hogwarts came out February?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
It also came out at a time where, much like we were talking about with movies, like June being stacked and like a lot of those box office wise, it kind of cannibalized each other. Hogwarts came at a time where there weren't that many games. And so it was just making money for months.
But
months.
it's also very well done.
I'm not speaking towards the quality, but like gamers were able to buy it and put all their focus on it. Whereas Diablo, Tears of the Kingdom, Final Fantasy, they're all
my God,
bunched up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, they're probably cannibalizing.
Tears of the Kingdom had like maybe a few weeks, and then after that, I have
all 3 of those games. You know how hard it is to play all of those? It's really hard.
Exactly.
Listen, I would still be Hogwarts Legacy if there was more content. But it's fine.
Luckily, I beat Hogwarts Legacy.
There's not a lot to do once you beat it.
It's sure not. So
I mean, if you don't, you got to do everything though. That's a lot of shit.
I ain't about to keep going. I'm not. It's too much repetitive.
Man, there's a lot to do if you want to do it. I mean,
you know what? I thought about something. I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about Hogwarts Legacy, and it seemed like I'm just gonna put the cards out there now. It seems like they were kind of like iffy on the game, but they did play through it, and they were saying like they were asking about the curses, like the forbidden spells. Like they're like, does anybody react to you using the forbidden spells? And they're like, no, not really. And like they'll be like, you shouldn't do that, and then it's just like that's it.
That is literally all they do. Just go, man.
I wish
kind of trashy to do that, and then just
shame on you.
Yeah.
It's because they're not letting you cast on anybody inside the castle. That'll turn up some shit.
That's what it is. Yeah.
That'll turn it up. If you could do that, kill a teacher.
But even then, like if it's a forbidden spell and you see somebody do it, I feel like you should react more and be like, oh my god.
I don't know.
You used it, honestly, personally. That's just me.
No, let me tell you. Once I got it, that was damn near the only spell I was using.
I know this is a completely different thing, but like, do you know how many forbidden jutsus Naruto pulls out and nobody cares?
Yeah, but those 3 are supposed to send you right to jail immediately.
Yeah. I was just saying, Shadow Clone should have got Naruto in jail a million times, but he spams it every second he gets.
This is why they need to pay attention to what the mods are doing on PC, because they'll turn it up. They turn this game up, man. I think that's also helping the sales, to be honest, because the mods are crazy. That I've seen.
That's for every game.
They're doing all the things we wanted. Like it's like, man, like imagine if we could do this multiplayer, just shooting it in the castle. Like, yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, I might have to go look at some of the mods.
Yeah,
the mods are great.
More creatures you can fly on and stuff. Like
Hogwarts is on.
More options would be cool.
PC, PS5. Is it on the Series X?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's on last gens. Yeah.
And it was a staggered release as well. So I mean, for the
definitely helped sales too.
The whatever the lower version of, so PS4 and whatever is the lowest version of X. S? No, not S. They're both the same, right? S and X.
That's the problem.
S is like the small, less powerful, a little bit less powerful.
The Xbox One and Xbox One.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
That is the most confusing fucking name.
It is. That's how it's so hard to think about it. I was like, what is it? Yeah,
it's an X Series S.
I don't know. That's why we just call whatever the current one is. We just say Xbox. We don't.
Yeah.
You confuse yourself. You hurt yourself.
It's like it's coming to PS5 and Xbox. Nobody cares.
Period. That's it.
PS5 and PS4 is so easy.
Which Xbox? Oh, you know which Xbox?
Yeah, the new one.
The latest one. Yeah, especially the way Xbox works. Is like, yeah, you can play back where it's compatible anyway.
I do love that about Xbox. I don't think PlayStation does it as well.
They don't go far back enough. They go to PS4, but yeah.
Yeah, but the disc.
Except for you on a PlayStation Plus Premium, maybe you get some of the older ones.
I'm mad because they did that, and I want Tekken 3 and Tekken Tag, but all I get is Tekken 1 and 2. And I'm mad.
Wow, it takes you all the way to Tekken 1 and 2?
But they don't get me Tekken 3 and Tekken Tag. I don't get it.
Those are the ones. Tekken 3 was great.
Yeah.
Tekken 4 was good, too. Damn it.
Oh, yeah, we're demoing Tekken 8 in San Diego. That's going to be fun. Hopefully it's good.
Oh,
Fingers
damn.
Crossed.
That's cool.
That is really cool.
Mortal Kombat. Focus.
I got to play Street Fighter 6 when I was in San Diego last year. So that was fun.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, and the people there wasn't really a long line. So like if you wanted to be greedy and just like stand there for a while until people tell you to move, you'd probably be there for like 10, 15 minutes.
It might be better this time too. You never know.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. I'll get it to you. Don't worry.
Oh, they got signups?
I got you. That's what he said.
Yeah. You have to RSVP. They also have a Batman VR game, which is news to me. I didn't know that was a thing.
Is it the Arkham port or is something different?
It seems like it's a new game. So we're going to
be
check it out.
The fact that no one's heard of it tells me everything.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, if it's like I feel like I've heard of like a Arkham port to VR or something like that. I don't know.
That one's a few years old. The Arkham VR is a Batman game. It came out in like 2018, like a couple years after Arkham Knight. And so it's getting ported to a lot of the newer VR systems. I don't like it. I hate that game. It does a thing that I despise. And I'm not going to spoil it in case you want to know and play it, but...
Which game?
Arkham VR.
Yeah. People die, and I hate it.
People die? The fuck?
I can't do VR, man. I get motion sick super fast.
Yeah, my fiance was on it the other day. Not mine. My cousin has it. She was on it, and she was sick for like 5 days. Her equilibrium all fucked up.
Damn, what did she see?
She was playing.
She's playing Super Monkey Ball, just like.
It was simple shit too. She was just shooting bow and arrows and shit.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was fine that day. After that, it's like, God
interesting.
Brutal. Guys, I think that's our show this week. We're not here on Wednesday, so I'm glad we had a beefy episode for everybody to come back to. But yeah, everybody, thank you so much for joining me again. Loved talking DC Fancast. Loved talking Xbox. Glad legal drama is almost over. I'm still confused. I don't know what's happening. I'm not smart enough for that side of things, but I like video games, so there's that.
That's all you need.
That's it.
Congrats to Mike for winning our Fancast competition.
I'll say thank you for you, Mike. I thank you for the win. I'll accept it on behalf of Mike.
I'm still under protest. I will be appealing,
I will appeal after the fact, but
they'll be thrown out, but okay. That's fine.
I'm retiring after this, so
I'm going to appeal it. I'm appealing it to Mike. I can't trust the judges. You got to appeal it to Mike.
Right.
You can appeal you kind of won all of them except one.
The winner is less biased in this case.
There you go. Wow.
Especially again, wasn't a competition until the stream started, so it's not like I was actually plotting against you and your downfall. So you have no idea. I could have been changing things around last second. You don't know.
Plant that seed of doubt. That works for my appeal. Plant that seed of doubt.
Guys watching, thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging out. If there's any other fan cast you want us to do, let us know. We can do this off and on throughout the rest of the year. I know we hit the major ones with Batman, Wonder Woman, the Green Lanterns, and the Flash, but there are still characters that need to be cast. Who do we want to play Swamp Thing? That's another big one that didn't appear in the stream at all.
I would like that.
That would be really, really tough. We have to think outside the box.
Justice League Dark. Could be Justice League Dark.
Ooh, that could be the next episode.
Just put in a picture of seaweed and you got me.
Plankton.
Already.
All right. But if you enjoyed this, give us a like and subscribe. We will be back next week. I guess next week's stream, we're going to be recapping whatever happens from Comic-Con. Not much, but we know Invincible's there. Ninja Turtles is there. Maybe we get some trailers to talk about.
Mortal Kombat.
Tekken for sure is there.
Spider-Man, I think is there.
Spider-Man is there. And Geekly Goods, if you want to join us, hop on the stream. I know you're going to some of those Hall H panels. It should be a fun time.
Yeah. We'll be living vicariously through you guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Well.
Take care. Peace.